What's going on, y'all? Hope you're having a good day as always. Hope you're having a good week, and I hope you have a good upcoming weekend. I wanted to go live tonight because I'm not sure that I will tomorrow. What's going on, y'all? Hope you're having a good day. I got as always. Hope you're having a good oh no, I had the playback. I want to talk about a podcast I was just listening to, but the reason I really want to talk about it is because I want to talk about a bigger topic that's very, 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 very important for all of us, which is censorship. And, I take censorship very, very seriously. It's the last bastion of free speech. Well, I say comedy is that, but we have to stand up for each other. Oh, man. Hold on. I'm trying to give me like a minute. For some reason, it's not showing me how many people are in the stream. Annoying. Oh, well. We'll wait a minute for everybody to get in, but censorship's important, and they come for one person, they come for two, they come for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. They've made their way down the list more and more and more. One of the platforms they've done that on is Twitter, but Facebook's done a little bit. And I think it's really important to stand up for people when they get censored. And I know Joe Rogan had the really unpopular podcast with Jack Dorsey. Apparently Sam Harris talked to him. And I'm going to talk about Sam Harris today, at least what I heard from him on Joe, in the most nice, respectful ways possible. It's all love to Sam Harris. I've heard his name for a long time. People keep calling him, part of the intellectual dark web. And, there's a lot of buzz about him being an intellectual and, really leading the way for like the free thinkers. And not going to lie, so far, they're very, very extremely weak and just very misleading on internet censorship. And anybody that's leading the intellectual dark web and is, really supposed to be like the bad guys of the internet, standing up for free speech and such, I can't let this pass. I just can't. That they're not only blatantly misrepresenting YouTube and tech companies, but kind of throwing all of us under the bus. And, if they'll do that to other people and lie about stuff like this, then what won't they do? But we'll talk about it in a minute. Once again, I'm not trying to step on anyone's toes. I don't want to be mean. I don't want to be hateful. I don't want to be judgmental at all because I'm not very familiar with Sam Harris. What I'm going to talk about is a bigger topic, which is internet censorship, and also, what he said about YouTube and how they kind of just totally tiptoed over what is the blatant lies of Jack Dorsey on as far as Twitter goes. So let's go like 30 seconds. I'll read some comments and then I'll start up. I don't want to waste too much of your time, but at the same time, I want people to filter in. Let's see what you guys are talking about. Anything? All right. Let's just start it up because I'll play the thing again for people who watch it now and rewatch it. Let's listen to Sam Harris on Joe Rogan's podcast. I took a little audio. This is him just today. He was on his podcast. They're talking about YouTube. Keep in mind the tech companies, Google is very left-leaning, YouTube very left-leaning, and they constantly crack down on conservatives. I mean, multiple people have been banned on YouTube, and also they keep filtering their algorithms to favor the mainstream media. You would think that the intellectual dark web, people like Sam Harris, would talk about this, how the algorithms are rigged for the corporate media and against the individual content creator. They don't say that. They actually listen to what they say about YouTube. It's pretty crazy.
Juicy. It was nothing. We didn't get a flow. It wasn't like he and I were just shooting the shit, having a good time.
Well, so take that one decision. So you have decided to make video a main component of this podcast. Now, still probably a small percentage of your actual listens.
Not anymore.
When it was
not anymore. It's gotten to, it's almost 50-50.
Oh, awesome.
It's closing in on that.
Yeah, it used to be like 90-10. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't have a video component, and so I just put audio on YouTube, but I put absolutely no energy into YouTube. I mean, that may one day change, but because I don't care what's happening on YouTube, right? So I never see the comments, and whenever I look, it is, as you say, a cesspool. It's insane. I mean, YouTube just skews massively right. It skews just massively male, and it probably skews very young too. So you have just like millennial alt-right craziness, right? Like as I say these sentences, your YouTube page is just blowing up with hate.
All right, so hopefully you guys can hear that. So what he said is YouTube skews very right wing. I don't know exactly what he's talking about. I would say the corporate skews left wing, but the people, yes, the people are the silent majority that skew right. It skews male. That's true. And then he referred to it. He said, YouTube in the comments, it's just millennial alt-right craziness. And you have to understand, I understand, yeah, there's some alt-right on YouTube, obviously, and there's definitely millennials, but this guy is supposed to be the bad boy of the internet, standing up for internet freedom against the left and the censorship and the craziness. And he describes YouTube as skewing right, and he says it's millennial alt-right craziness. And you have to understand, these are the same terms that the media uses to justify deleting, censoring, silence, kicking people off of Spotify. They're doing it all the time. And leading up to this, him and Joe were talking about how Joe's podcast went really, really south. His Jack Dorsey podcast was very disliked at an enormous rate. And in kind of apologizing for that, I've been standing up for, well, to be honest, Sam Harris, I never really listened to. I've known he's been getting popular, but I just wasn't interested until tonight. The way they're talking about Twitter is just so wrong. And I'm going to provably explain it now, and you could do your own research. So they're talking about Jack Dorsey. They both had him on the podcast. They're like, there is censorship. We've asked him about a few things and he skated around it. If you really, and maybe they're not, maybe they're just, they're just doing what they love and people are overrating them and putting way too much energy and love into them. Not even saying energy and love, but if these are supposed to be the intellectuals that are standing up against censorship, I have to say we're in trouble. We're being misled. We're being lied to. I'm starting to see what people are saying about them, and I'm not trying to knock them, but let me explain. On Twitter, Jack Dorsey on Joe Rogan's podcast, he said that everyone deserves a forum on Twitter. Joe quoted Sam Harris saying, "Don't you think Donald Trump should get kicked off?" Sam Harris mentioned in this interview, "Shouldn't Louis Farrakhan get kicked off?" And this is the type of stuff that annoys me, even on the conservative side, even on the right. You don't go trying to get more people kicked off, whether it be Farrakhan, David Duke, this, that. That's the cowardly, annoying, fake loser thing to do. Like, stand up for the people that have gotten kicked up. If you want to stand up for Laura Loomer or Alex Jones or whoever it is that's gotten kicked off the Twitter, Owen Benjamin, do that. You don't stand up by trying to chop other people at the legs and saying, why didn't they get kicked off? Why aren't they kicked off? Why aren't they? That's a one-way path to the bottom. I hate that loser mentality, whether it be from the right wing, whether it be, from Rogan or Sam Harris, whatever. It's like, stop trying to get more people kicked off. Let's look in. So Jack says that it's an open platform where anybody can be there. It's not true. Laura Loomer got kicked off for basically saying nearly facts about, who Ilhan Omar is and, what she's about. Owen Benjamin got kicked off for making a joke about David Hogg, he who must not be named. You had the Red Elephants who got kicked off, regardless of what you think about anyone. They got kicked off for putting statistics of like fathers in homes and something along the lines of like, it was like an analysis. Literally, they got kicked off. Even if you love them or dislike them, I don't know where people stand. They got kicked off for an analysis on, why they think school shootings were happening. There was this one transgender woman who got kicked off for talking about basically like she was suspended for saying, "I believe I'm a man who pretends to be a woman," and got in a fight with another transgender. So Jack, it's provably he's lying. And if maybe, maybe Joe Rogan and Sam Harris, I don't know what they consider themselves. Maybe they don't care. Maybe they're just having fun. And maybe it's the people that are just looking up to them way too much. Like, oh my God, they're the gatekeepers of truth and intellect and saving us from censorship. But if they're truly the gatekeepers of intellect and anti-censorship, they're not telling you the truth about Jack Dorsey. He's provably false. And the great thing is Tim Pool will be on Joe Rogan tomorrow because Tim will tell the truth a little bit more. Someone said the Rogan hate recently is absolutely ridiculous, in my opinion. I don't disagree with you. I've been very respectful and kind, and I'm not even knocking him now because the easy thing to do would be kick somebody while they're down. I've time and time again stood up for Joe Rogan and all he's accomplished and mistakes that he's possibly made, in his own words. Listen to what I'm telling you now, because I'm not hating on him. I'm not even hating on Sam Rogan. Sam Harris. What I'm saying is, it's insane to keep talking about these topics. They continuously keep talking about them and semi-apologizing for them, and they're not telling the truth about them. If you're really going to stand up against internet censorship, and like I said, maybe they're not. Maybe Joe just is like, hey, I'm having fun with my friends, and Sam's like, hey, I'm just trying to talk. You know, I'm not really standing up for the people. Like that could be real, but I think that people have branded them, at least Sam Harris, like the intellectual saviors of like anti, SJWism. And I heard them talk for 20 minutes about Twitter. They're not telling you what I'm telling you. And they mentioned it a little bit for sure, where there have been multiple death threats and physical threats and doxing threats. And they touched on it a little bit against children, against teenagers, and Twitter does nothing. And then there's 7, 8, 9 very intellectual, very funny, very honest people. This is modern day book burning. There's no way around it. What Alex has done is nothing crazier or worse than what Rachel Maddow has done or what Bill Mayer has done. The difference is he's on the path of, being a little bit more honest and helpful, and they're getting kicked off. So the prequel was that, but the real reason I wanted to talk about it, I'm not hating on Joe Rogan. Honestly, I've been kinder to him than most, and even Sam Harris. I'm not hating, but what I'm saying is it's insane in this day and age, especially in this era, to say that when you're describing YouTube, to talk about YouTube for a couple minutes and say it's millennial alt-right craziness, it's just nutty. Like Twitter is far left-leaning. Google, far left-leaning. Like to the point where we're not even really allowed to exist in our full form anymore. Every bit of the way, censor algorithms, change the algorithm, rig the algorithm, change the algorithm. And do you know what they use? The reason I'm kind of being critical on them here, do you know why they are able to do that? Is because they do what Sam Harris said, that, well, that's alt-right. That's just millennial alt-right. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Hey guys, no. We got to rig it. It's conspiracy. It's all right. And Joe is even, I understand what he's saying is people are lying about what he's doing. I agree with you, Joe. Joe's getting crushed maybe unfairly at certain places, but he keeps using the same terminology that the media and the government uses to censor people. He says, that's a conspiracy theory they made about me. That's a conspiracy. You know what that does now? Anybody who speaks out against that or has a perspective, I'm not saying that people didn't lie about him, but that's playing into they're like, I'm not going to call them shills because I know that they're, I've been one of the only people standing up for them. Half my audience would love me to just make fun of Joe Rogan and Sam Harris, and I don't do that. I actually respect them, although I don't really know Sam Harris at all, so I can't say I respect him. They're just not telling the truth, and they're like playing into the same terms that they use to censor people. So not only are they not really standing up for people who are being censored, not only are they continuously lobbying for more people like Farrakhan to Donald Trump to get censored, but then they use the same terms that YouTube and Facebook and Google and the government uses to censor people. Well, no, they need to be kicked off Spotify. They're alt-right. No, they're conspiracy. Within 30 minutes, it's just the reason I'm doing this now is because I have been nice to Joe. I have been nice to Sam Harris and Dave Rubin and the Weinstein brothers. Like I met them in person. I talked to him. I asked him a question about climate change. I actually emailed him. And because he was like, I'm a progressive. I believe in climate change. I asked questions about volcanoes, this and that. And after the show, he came to me and was like, you know what? You're totally right. You're right. There's nothing we don't know enough about it. Like he'll say that to me to the side. Maybe he'll come on my platform and debate. I hope he will, but I'm just letting you know, a lot of these people, they know, I asked questions and they said, yeah, you're right. That's a good question. Maybe he'll admit that in person. Maybe he won't, but I just did anyway. Point being is when you have two of the biggest faces of anti-free speech, anti-SJW intellectual dark web, they're calling people conspiracy theorists. They're calling YouTube, which is a far left-leaning owned controlled site that is using false social justice and conspiracy theorist terminology to continuously shut down on people. And Jack, I was nice about it. I re-listened and I'm like, dude, this guy's lying through his teeth. Twitter is not an open platform to be yourself. Everybody I know got kicked off it and they don't even know why they get kicked off. Do you know why he can't answer? It's because they didn't actually break terms of service. They made it up. And other people who blatantly violate the terms of service as far as from left to right, they don't do anything about it. And my problem is I'm not here to hate on Joe. I'm not even here to hate on Sam. I'm here to say this is happening. So if Joe or Sam sees this, I doubt they will, but if you do, much love and respect. I'm not hating. What I am saying is talk about Twitter honestly. Understand why people are rightfully upset, because some of the brightest and biggest intellectual minds, the people that, intellects, what you guys claim to stand up for, are being book burned and deleted and censored and silenced. And you call people conspiracy theorists. And then you're calling a site that continuously rigs against the right. The reason that that YouTube may skew right is because there's a lot of people in the world that are center to right leaning, low taxes, high freedom. When you go right on a political scale, we talk about it all the time here. When you go right on a political scale, you get more freedom, lower taxes, more personal liberties, the right to bear arms, a lot of common sense things that I know even normal liberals agree with. So yeah, maybe YouTube is right leaning, but to call it millennial alt-right crazies, or what does it say? Millennial alt-right craziness. Dude, this is why we keep getting slapped and God forbid, regardless, I don't care if you're alt-right, I don't care if you're alt-left, I don't care if you're libertarian, I don't care if you're progressive, I don't care if you're communist, I don't care if you're anarchist. What is the truth? Who has the best argument? Who's making sense? Why do they continuously use the same labels? I'm just questioning to the world. Why are they using the same labels as the media, the same labels as the tech company that they use to keep censoring? And then when people get censored, they say, conspiracy theorist. Oh, they're just an alt-right crazy. No, what are you talking about, dude? YouTube just changed the recommended search algorithm. And when you search, say 6-8 months ago or a year, if you search Trump State of the Union, you would find the biggest videos. And yes, it might be Mark Dice. It might be Paul Joseph Watson. But do you know why? It's not because they're right wing. It's because they have the biggest audience. It's the most well-loved, and it's got a good ratio. That's the system. It's like Reddit. They've changed that. Now you see Washington Post, New York Times, Fox News, Bloomberg, New York Post, from Rupert Murdoch, right-wing news to all left-wing, establishment news. It's the top 20 algorithm searches. And I'm very passionate about this because I'm not a liar. I'm not a phony intellectual who's going to, sit on a high horse and make millions of dollars and build a new Patreon and act like I'm, so anti-SJW, and then sit on a podcast and say that it's just a bunch of alt-right crazies and not even mention the real scoop of YouTube. It's not that it's alt-right craziness when you guys lie. They do that. I'm going to tell you right now. They'll say that just like the media says it, because they don't actually know what to say. When they get called out for lying, or they get called out for being biased, or they get called out for being dishonest, or they get called for bashing Trump and having no rational argument, they don't want to actually win the argument. They prefer to sit on a pedestal probably and say, I'm the intellectual dark web and I'm no alt-right. Well, they're alt-right. I don't say that. If someone is alt-right, what's their argument? Why do I disagree with it? You see what I'm saying? You could throw out labels here or there, but it's just obnoxious to see on that scale, such high, powerful people in the movement of anti-SJW. And I've been extremely kind, some would say too kind, to see them not mention a word about YouTube's algorithm being rigged for corporations on the left and the right. Them not say a word. I mean, they've mentioned it a little bit, but yes, Laura Loomer was banned for a lie. Laura Loomer was banned for a truth. Twitter lied. Red elephants were banned. Twitter lied. Owen Benjamin was banned. Twitter lied. Alex Jones was banned. Twitter lied. Some transgender who was liberal told the truth one time. She was banned for, Twitter's lying. And then there's literally people, because what he said on Rogan's podcast was, we only ban, we focus on death threats and everybody else, it's a free platform. That's why people are mad, Joe or Sam. And I'm not saying this to be mean. It's like, dude, these guys are like, I wonder what happened there. Like, they still can't figure it out. It's because Jack lied. Maybe they don't want to say Jack lied because they like Jack. And I probably would like Jack if I sat down with him, but he's not telling the truth. That's why people are mad. And the reason I'm a little bothered now is because Sam Harris, who I've never listened to before this, and I'm sure he's got some other intellectual stuff, he had the nerve to say, "Oh, I'm not on YouTube that much. I don't know that much about it." But you know, he said, you know, it's just alt-right craziness. That's what YouTube is. It's just the alt-right. No, it's not. What, dude? No, that's not what YouTube is. YouTube is a far left corporation that uses terms like alt-right to censor, silence, delete, rig algorithms, and make it nearly impossible to find somebody's video. And they go further and further and further and further and further. So if you're truly an intellectual, and if you're truly on the dark web, what you should do, and maybe you don't want to, so I will, stop YouTube. It's beat the argument. Stop censoring people. I don't care if it's Farrakhan. I don't care if it's David Duke. I don't care if it's Trump. I don't care if it's Owen. I don't care if it's someone else. Stop banning people if you claim that it's an open forum and you only ban death threats. Because there's been dozens of death threats and dozens of doxings and dozens of violence towards teenagers and kids. They don't care. Thousands of people have reported it. The dude is just lying through his teeth. I'm talking about Jack. He's lying through his teeth. And the reason I say this is because Sam Harris and Joe Rogan have huge, someone said Owen sent me. Thank you, Owen. They have huge, huge followings of people who are like what I would consider now pseudo-intellectuals that are like, huh, I'm so much better than liberals. I listen to Peterson and Sam Harris and Joe Rogan. You know, I'm and it's true. I get it. They are slightly better and they do good. Like I've stood up for Joe for so long. Someone said, love your stuff. Owen sent me. Thank you, Owen. I've stood up for Joe for a while. And even, you know, people like Owen makes fun of Joe every day. And that's his lane. I find it funny. But overall, it's not my lane. You know, I always say, you know, I'm like, you know what? He does more good than bad. And, you know, I'll call out the good parts. He's having Tim Pool on tomorrow. That should be good because Tim Pool's not a liar. But he is a little left, which is weird. But overall, it's like to see these people who have millions of followers and just see them try to pigeonhole the right wing again. I can't help but think it's a little snaky. It's a little, someone says sneaky snake. It's a little snaky. And I have no problem being honest about it. And I'm not saying that to be mean or hateful or nasty. I'm saying that to challenge them because that's what intellectuals do. If you're truly an intellectual, you would know that censorship is the key issue of our generation. Someone said Jesse Lee Peterson sent me. That's dope. Love Jesse. That's the key fight of our generation. They don't want to go at. If you don't like me, or you don't like Owen, or you don't like Alex Jones, or you don't like the Red Elephants, or you don't like Laura Loomer, or you don't like some random trans girl who got banned, left to right leaning. The Free Thought Project, they got banned and they were more left leaning. Tell us why. Just argue what we're saying. But the problem is they can't do that because, and this has happened. Someone said Owen sent me too. Thank you, Owen. This has happened time and time again in history from the Armenian genocide. And I don't want to get too dramatic, but in the Armenian genocide, they killed millions of Christians. First, they had to round up the intellectuals. They rounded up the intellectuals and then they slaughtered them. And then the rest of the people were just sheep running because they had no leaders or intellectuals. It's the same thing with now. If you go from like Owen to Alex Jones, say what you want. And this is, you know, I called out Ben because when Alex was saying, debate me, Ben Shapiro, you could like Ben Shapiro better. You could like Alex Jones better, but it's not. Someone said truth bears supporting freedom. Thank you. It's an open debate. Like I personally, you guys know me. I think Alex Jones would beat Ben Shapiro. You could think Ben Shapiro would beat Alex Jones. That's fine. But Ben would not only not debate Alex, but he said, you're weird, bro. You're weird. Like that's leftist tactics. That's deflection, emotional tactics to not want to. They have to delete us. They have to ban us. They have to censor us because they can't intellectually hang with us. I'm like Laura Loomer was growing and growing and growing and growing and growing and growing on Twitter. She was getting so popular. So they banned her. You know what I'm saying? Like the Red Elephants, I mean, I watched their video the other day. They were posting like literal statistics and they got banned. And then Jack Dorsey goes on Joe Rogan's podcast and says, well, you know, it's an open platform. Anybody can speak here. We're not going to ban Trump. Like Joe's like, don't you think you should ban Trump? And I'm like, dude, dude. And even Jack was like, relax, guy. He's like, no, we're not going to ban Trump. It's an open platform. We focus on threats. Then what about the dozens of threats towards teenagers from blue checkmark verified accounts that got thousands upon tens of thousands of reports? They don't care. The whole company is filled with leftists, like far left people. And even if you're left, just be honest. If there's a company and it's all right-wing people, I'm not going to be like, dude, they're left-wing people. Like, that's a liar. That's what a liar does. I'm going to be like, yeah, like oil company, probably a lot of right-wing people. I'm not going to be like, dude, it's all leftists. Like, no, it's probably a lot of Republicans. But these companies are all leftists. That's just the truth. I can't lie. Like, and they don't, it's a hive mind. Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and Google, they're leftist hive minds. And the reason I'm making this video is not to negatively hate on Rogan or Sam Harris. I'm not into that. What I'm here to say, it's not millennial alt-right craziness. If that's how you describe YouTube, you're not an intellect. You're not a leader against censorship. You are an enabler in censorship. You are playing into the terminology that the media has used to misframe 65 million Americans and the president and Alex Jones. Alex Jones is an alt-right. Alex Jones is an American libertarian who's been deep diving for 3 centuries for now. Like, he's not alt-right. That's a stupid term that's only been created in the last couple of years specifically to smear certain people. And some people here say, I'm alt-right. You can take that label if that's who you want to be, but it's not a good label to have. They created that term and threw people in that, or maybe someone else did. It's a bad brand as far as like, it's not working for anybody. And the people, like the amount of people that they say are in it to the amount of people who are in it is very small. It's a fake. No, it's just like unite the right, alt-right, unite the right. Look, we united, dude. The dude who ran it was an Obama Hillary activist from Occupy Wall Street, who was like a raging leftist, and all of a sudden he's like, unite the right. Look, it's all brainwash. It's all branding. No, I don't know. All I know about Sam Harris is a lot of my friends who are like anti-censorship, they all like him. And I'm not the type, I'm just, to be honest, me personally, I'm not sitting here and I'm not going to talk bad about Sam or Joe. I'm just going to say, first off, the reason that people are mad at the Jack Dorsey podcast, they ran in circles, it's because he doesn't actually do what he said he does on your podcast. It's a lie and everyone knows it. And the fact that Sam Harris wants to call that alt-right craziness, millennial, no, it's people telling the truth about what you guys won't tell the truth about. And when the backlash comes, they're like, whoa, look, the alt-right's coming. No. People know that Jack Dorsey's lying. And that's why I'm just letting people know that's why people are upset. It's not because the alt-right crazies are taking over. It's not because the interview was boring and you didn't pry enough. He's lying. And this is what bothers me about, I don't know Sam Harris, but I know Joe mentioned him in the Jack podcast. He said, Sam said, why don't you ban Trump? And then he also said, well, at least Obama was really nice when he was dropping bombs and, prosecuting journalists and, passing laws, like crazy laws. Actions matter more than words. And a liar and a deceiver or a fool or a pushover, only pushovers think that words matter more than actions. That's such a fake thing. Like, hey guys, I'm going to stay on a live stream for 20 hours today, and then I close it. What matters? The fact that I closed it or the fact that I lied to you and said that I was going to be here for 20 hours? Very simple. Actions actually matter. And it doesn't seem like these guys get this. They're like, why? Why could everybody be so mad at it? Must have been, it was boring. And the conspiracy theory, there was a conspiracy theory that we deleted comments. I'm sure there was people that were lying about certain things about it, but don't use the term conspiracy theory and alt-right within 10 minutes. I can't help but think you're not fighting against censorship. I can't help but think it doesn't sound that intellectual or dark webby. And I hope, what is it, Brett Weinstein? I hope Brett Weinstein debates me, because I went to a Joe Rogan. I'm sorry, I went to a Dave Rubin show. My friend had an extra ticket, and they tried to skip over me. They called me, and someone was rude in the back and was like loud, and they're like, "All right, we'll pick him for the last question." I was like, "Why? Because he's an asshole. You're gonna skip over me?" So I made a huge scene. People knew me there. They're like, "Anomaly, relax." I made a scene and I said, "Hey, Brett Weinstein, you said you're a progressive. I have a question. You talked about climate change. What do you think about the fact that NASA said in 2015 that there's more ice gaining than there are, losses? What do you think about the fact that they've admitted that they only measure around the sides and that the snowfall is mitigating it? What do you think about active volcanoes and the fact that the sun really heats our planet?" He's like, oh, like he did some roundabout question, but then after the show, I came up to him and asked him if he'd debate me sometime. And he's like, "Hey, I just wanted to say, man, like, you're totally right about that. Like, the science is very skeptical." And what he said was, "I'm a teacher and I know that they lie in like teaching things." Like, he's like, "It happened to me. So it's very possible that they're lying about the climate change science." Like, he said that to me, but I'm sure he'll probably be on TV and be like, "Climate change is so," like, they know. That's why they don't want to talk to me. And maybe he will. I'm not hating on Eric. It was a cool show. I'm just saying the time is now to talk to me. The time is now to tell people the truth, or they'll get it somewhere else, because I'm just trying to be heard. I'm just trying to have a discussion, and they have to call us alt-right or skeptic or deniers. Like, they come up with these labels, crazy. Owen talks about it all the time. Dude, oh, you crazy, bro? Like, you lost your mind. Why don't you try to go at the arguments he's talking about, or explain? Like, people just use those things to be like, yo, they're crazy. And someone said, "Love your stuff. Thank you for the time to learn about my ancestors. Most of my family were killed by Muslim Turks, Armenian, Christian, Badish Bear." No, for sure. Armenian genocide's real. They rounded up the intellectuals just like they do now. You're crazy, Anomaly. You're crazy, Alex Jones. You're crazy, Owen. You're crazy, Red Elephants. You're such bad people. You're bad, Laura Loomer. See? And it doesn't matter. Laura Loomer, Jew, was getting too feisty, banned. Roseanne Barr, honest, Jewish, you're banned. Anomaly, not. 3-day ban. I'm not. Owen, funny, banned. Alex Jones, crazy, banned. Like, they can't hang, so they have to delete. It's the same ideology. That's why they don't talk about communism. They never have movies about communism. It's because that's the ideology that they want to push. Let's listen to what Sam Harris says again about YouTube. Keep in mind, they're calling this guy the intellectual dark web. I'm not trying to be mean or hateful. I'm sure they say a lot of intelligent, rational things, and they deserve to be heard, and I'm sure they're doing more good than bad. But censorship is a key issue. And I told myself, Alex calls himself the tip of the spear. And I said, if they come for Alex, they're going to start coming for everyone. I thought this a year ago. I'm like, wouldn't it be crazy if they banned Alex? Dude, it's already happened. They've banned Alex from everything. Alex is nowhere to be found. They went for Laura. They went for them. They went for, like, it's happening. The time is now to speak. I'm done. I'm still going to be nice, but I'm done with like the bit. It's happening. It's not like maybe it'll happen one day. And these people are supposed to be our gatekeepers. Give me a break, bro.
To YouTube. Skews massively right. It skews just massively male, and it probably skews very young too. So you have just like millennial alt-right craziness, right? Like millennial alt-right craziness, right? Like as I say these sentences, like millennial alt-right craziness, right? Like
bro, if you're, I don't even care. I don't even care if you're liberal or conservative or whatever. If you call YouTube, like, this is my beef with progressives, among other things. I don't care if you're left-leaning or right-leaning. Facebook is owned by leftists. YouTube is owned by leftists. Google is owned by leftists. They're skewing and rigging algorithms and deleting things off search engine and banning people from existence. And if you talk about the moon, or you talk about chemtrails, or you talk about certain things, climate change, they put a little Wikipedia Britannica, like 1984 is here. And it's not in the favor of right wing. If it was, I'd have no problem saying it, because there's a bunch of losers on the right wing too. And I talk about them all the time. All they do is promote Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and then they won't invite me to the speaking events. It's like, you losers, I'm who you actually need, yet you won't invite me anywhere. You're like, "Oh, let's promote Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez." Like, yeah, that's going to work out really well for you losers. I don't have a problem calling out both sides. But the left owns all of tech, all of it, everything. And they use terms like conspiracy theory and alt-right to delete people. And you have two of the most woke gatekeepers of anti-free speech or whatever using the terms it's a conspiracy. Oh, the alt-right crazy. Dude, it's owned by leftists. It's controlled by leftists. Leftists are censoring us. If you're going to talk about right-wing crazies, why don't you talk about New York Post and Fox News, Rupert Murdoch stations that are rigging the algorithms along with all the other mainstream media and the YouTube gatekeepers? Talk about that right wing. I have no problem if you say, hey, there's right-wing Fox News and Rupert Murdoch stations that are that are making it impossible to find individual content creators. That's when you search things, you don't see top videos. The first 10, 15 videos you see are all gatekeeper mainstream media, from CNN to Fox News to New York Times to Washington. It's rigged against the right wing. It's rigged against the independent progressive left even. I don't like what they say half the time, but that's the difference between me and them. Just because I don't agree with the horrible communist policies of like Jimmy Dore and Kyle Kulinski and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, or socialist, far left, whatever they want to call themselves. I'm not trying to mislabel them in a negative way, but like, I might not agree with what they say, but I will tell you the algorithms are rigged against Jimmy Dore and Kyle Kulinski as well. Maybe not when they're working with the Young Turks because they're all sold out, but when they work individually, like, I'm not going to sit here and lie and say, oh, it's them running the whole operation. Like that's a total lie. It's just a lie. See what you guys are talking about. Millennial alt-right craziness. And this is my intro to Sam Harris. I'm not gonna lie. I've heard his name, but it's just been boring to me. Like, it's like, dude, people are like, dude, you should listen to like a 5-hour Sam Harris, Jordan Peterson debate. I was like, nah, I'll pass. That sounds like something I don't feel like doing. Dude, no, you got to hear this Sam Harris debate. It's like 4 hours of just like atheism. It's like, a strong pass for me. Strong pass. Someone said, please stop watching anime. I don't even know what you guys are talking about. Someone said, stop being so nice and fair. No. I'm going to be nice and fair. I'm happy. I'm healthy. I'm blessed. I don't have a vendetta against any of these. I don't even know Sam. Someone said, got to get InfoWars in studio. Yeah, I might be on InfoWars next week. Harrison Smith invited me. I'll talk to them. But I just don't like seeing the people that are supposed to be. And then people say to me, Anomaly, why didn't you delete your Patreon? Multiple reasons. One, sorry, I lost my train of thought. One, Jordan Peterson and Dave Rubin are building the new Patreon and probably going to make $1 billion. Two, it's not built yet. Three, they have millions of dollars and are signed to like mainstream organizations. I'm not. Four, I want to see what they're building. Because to be honest, are there things that I like that Jordan Peterson says? Yes, I'm glad that he's woken up a lot of people, but like, do I trust Dave Rubin and Jordan Peterson and Sam Harris? Like not really. Like, there's probably a list of like 100 people I trust more. So it's not that I'm not going to jump ship for these people. And to be honest, Sargon of Akkad, I don't know anything about. So that wasn't really, they haven't banned anybody that I actually care about. Thank you, Zoe Bear. I appreciate it. But it's like, I don't want to just hop into their thing because I've been way nicer and kinder. I don't talk down to these people ever. But the more that unfolds, there's one of 4 options. And I'm not the one to call it. I'm not, dude, they're controlled opposition. But either they're just not as honest as they claim to be. They're not as intellectual as they claim to be. And they're not the gatekeepers against censorship. And that's what, if you don't go with trustworthy people, and I'm not saying they're not. I'm just saying I'm going to watch from afar. Patreon was created by Jack Conte, and he created it because people were losing money on YouTube. That's why Patreon was created, because content creators didn't have a viable source of revenue because YouTube was stealing it because they're leftist loonies. It turned into exactly what they hated. And I'm not convinced listening to, Rogan and Sam Harris, no disrespect, I'm not convinced that they're not going to turn into that same beast, because if they're calling everything conspiracy theory and alt-right craziness, when it's far left, nearly, authoritarianism, where they're using social justice and big government to cover stuff up. Dude, I don't want to sign up to their Patreon. I'd rather go with Patreon. I'll stay with Patreon and I'll promote it and I'll endorse it rather than sign up to their like, what are they doing? Who are these people? I don't know. Michelle said, love your stance. Love over hate for both sides, despite disagreements. Wish more people were like you. Thank you. Someone said Peterson doesn't agree with Sam. Awesome. Yeah. To be honest, now listening to Sam, I trust Peterson slightly more, but we'll see. I love hanging with you so much. Of what you say is exactly what JP says. JP is smart, tries to speak the truth, peace, and love. I'm donating $2 so you can get a haircut, bro. Sorry about brother. I'm not getting a haircut. What I like about Peterson is, like you said, he says the same things as me. As far as I like that he comes from like a psychological standpoint where he, like, a lot of the stuff he gets through to leftists very much so, because it's just like undeniable, like his logic, and it's very effective. I don't know how he's linked. You said he disagrees with Sam Harris a lot. Sounds like I probably like Peterson more than Sam, but I'm not even hating on Sam. I'm just saying I'm very, very, very anti-censorship, and I'm one of the only. I'm the last of the real ones. Like someone said, Owen said you needed to stay the Christian path. Although I've seen a little, I'm new. What did Owen mean when he said this? Thank you. I don't know. You got to ask him. But I want to say, I've stood up for everybody that's got banned, and I'm one of the only people who've done it. I stood up for Alex strongly, not weakly. Like a lot of his friends will be like, dude, he's nutty, but what? Like I'm like, dude, he might say some things I don't say, he might do some things I wouldn't do, but he's far from just crazy and like he actually does a lot of good stuff, and he sells good products. Like that's more than the media. They sell death and pills and war and fatty foods. Like, how do they have the moral high ground? PragerU, that's the new one. They're like, PragerU can't sell Spotify ads. But what can sell Spotify ads? Probably crack, not really crack, but like pharmacy pills probably can. And like they'll sell anything. These people are financial prostitutes. They'll sell anything. They'll sell anything. But they won't sell conservatism. I'm just tired. It's authoritarianism. And I've been strong against it. So the reason I'm not I really am not. I'm not trying to jump on the train of like, because I understand Joe's had a rough week. Sam, I don't know anything about. I've been overly nice to Joe, but censorship is no joke. And if people, and there's something I called this out against. There's probably going to be some people here mad. I don't care. The QAnon movement, they started calling everybody Israeli shills. And some people may be, but most people probably not. I took mental note because I'm like, if they'll do that to other people, they'll do it to you. And it's the same with these people. I'm like, no disrespect to them and their movement. But if they do that to Alex, if they do that to them, if they do that to them, if they lie about YouTube, they're going to, when you get falsely accused, they most likely won't have your back. And I know Joe was good on Gavin. He stood up for Gavin pretty strongly, and I respect that. And I'll say that now. God bless Joe for doing that. But the way they were talking today, I'm just like, dude, they're going to continue. Like, we need some winners, and we need some strong people. And I'm ready for not just a shift, but like hold the people you like accountable, like, and not in a terrible way, but like, it's just annoying. I'm just like, man, that's such a false perception of what YouTube is, and that's what I would expect. And he referenced, the New York Times had a great op-ed. Like, dude, what is it? Like, who is this guy? I don't know. I'm not trying to hate, but it's like the New York Times and alt-right. It's like, is he just like is he like a mainstream? I thought he was supposed to be like counterculture. Maybe I got the false read on him, and he's just like a mainstream media journalist or something. That's just like, dude, the New York Times is doing really good work, and the conspiracy theories are running rampant, and YouTube is so far alt-right. We got to push it further left. What really bothers me about this at the whole is this is the mind, I don't want to say of a psycho. I'm not trying to be mean, but like a psycho looks at the left wing when you're like 95% left, almost full socialism and communism. Your rights are being stripped, your taxes are being raised, your freedoms are being crushed, the individual mandates are running rampant where you can't opt out of this disgusting health bill where they're murdering 9-month-old babies. And you look at that and you say, it's too far right. We got to go alt-right. Like, that's what a psychopath does. And that's what they're looking. That's why I don't agree with progressives. I understand they understand the wars and they're trying to be better than the Democrats, but they look at the current situation. We are too far left. The government has too much power. They have too much money. They have too much control. They don't need more. They don't need to own the health industry. That's the last thing they need. They don't need to own 50% or 60 or 70. They don't need that. They have too much already. And they look at that and they say, the Sam Harrises and the progressives, and they'll say, it's not enough, man. It's alt-right. And YouTube is not alt-right. It's alt-left. It's far left. It's owned. Susan Wojcicki, far left. All of their people, far left. Google. There's been open employees at Facebook and Google who are like, hey, we're going too far left, guys. And they got fired for just telling the basic truth. What's his name? James Damore. He's like, hey guys, maybe this is the reason that all this happens. And he's like, hey guys, science, facts, basic opinion that's not offensive. And they're like, oh my God, let's fire him. It's alt left, Sam Harris. We're too far left. We need more money in the pockets of the middle class. We need less government overreach into every program. They don't need to own the health industry. The further left you go, we're too far left. They're murdering 9-month-old babies. And they're like, nah, well, let's get universal health care. That's the one. It's like, that should not be your priority. If you look at New York State and now Virginia and others who are openly calling for the murder of 9-month-old babies because the mom has mental health, whatever that could mean in the broadest terms possible, you look at that, and the first thing in your number one agenda, and this is true to all progressives who act like they're woke and have all these followers on YouTube, they say, you know what we need now? We need the whole government to be run by the federal government. I mean, we need the whole healthcare industry to be run by the federal government, and you can't opt out of it. We need an individual mandate. So if Anomaly doesn't want to be part of this baby slaughtering complete shit show that's not going to work well like the VA or anything the government has done ever, you're going to get fined $8,000. It's financial enslavement. It's absolute psycho mentality. And that's what they have. They're like, huh, it's alt-right crazies. We need to put the whole health industry into the hands of the federal government. Universal health care. So are you going to question the fact that they're slaughtering 9-month-old babies since you're going to put the whole whole health industry into the hands of the government? Is that a concern of yours? Since like the side of your debate is slaughtering babies, they don't even talk about it. Name one progressive that's even mentioned that. Has Sam mentioned that? Has any top progressive on YouTube mentioned? They don't care. This is who they are, guys. Mike, I would ban you, but I don't care. You're saying get a haircut. Who are you? Thank you, Tommy. Like, are you like, does your girlfriend like me or something? Why are you telling me to get a haircut? Like, dude, get a hair. Like, do you think I have a problem, bro, with my long hair? You think I have a problem in any aspect of my life with long hair that you got to pay $5 and keep saying get a haircut? Like, are you jealous? Do you need a girl? I got thousands of them that want me that probably don't want you. I could lob one your way and be like, dude, this dude with short hair, he's kind of got toxic masculinity or something, but he needs some extra girls. I'll lob a few hundred girls your way, bro. You need a girl or what? No, I'm not. I'm just having fun. I control the trolls too. I'm having fun. I can make jokes. Like, people think I'm not mad. I'm having a blast. I thought that was funny. Was it not? Am I not funny? Greetings from Germany. I like that. That's a good one. Someone said this is lame. Ryan, close your computer, bro. Ready? Go like this. Turn your cell phone off, my man. Go somewhere else. No one wants you here. Go watch SpongeBob. Go watch Bill Maher. You can go watch a Sam Harris, Jordan Peterson 50-hour debate. Like, you don't have to be here. You're like, oh, this is lame. Where I would rather be somewhere else right now. I don't even want to go away, bro. Turn your computer off. Literally one button. Click on the Apple icon and click sleep. This all goes away. Just like this. Literally. It's like gone in a second. You literally click X. You can go down and click on up next. You can click on, like, literally just go. You can go to yahoo.com, read some propaganda articles. Someone said anomaly with the big D energy. Fact. I'm just having fun. I'll take on 20 people and I'm ready. I'm out of, I've said what I need to say about Sam. So if we need to say anything else, we got him. I'm just having fun. It's like, why would you come here and tell me to cut my hair? Like, you think I have a problem with my hair or any aspect of my life? You're wrong. People say shave too. Shave, anomaly, shave. I could. I don't like you. People care more that you understand. I'm getting like 10, 15 million views a month or something. You like literally everything I do, I'm just generating revenue now. And like literally it's like I'm winning. I don't want to shave because I'm winning too much. And I'm not even bragging. I'm just saying, like, I don't need assistance. What I need, if you need help in your life, go to legendary.vision. I do consultation. I'll change your whole life. I'll make it better. You can win a little bit too. I'm winning so much. I don't even want to shave. Everyone says shave, and not only shave, isn't that hilarious that I could have hair like this and get 50 million views and you could shave to a T and have it measured and no one cares? That's reality. I'm sorry. That's the way the cookie crumbles. I'll shave like soon. I'm going to literally shave off all my hair, but I don't care. I'm trying, like, a girl will say that to me too. You should shave. Girl, you should go away. I'm busy. I'm making videos. Like, yeah, legendary.vision. I'm just having fun now. And I thrive in this type of energy. I know I'm not even trying to be mean. I have a lyric in my song. I'm not going to give it up now, but like literally the people who talk to me the most should literally go to my website and pay me to help them. Like, I should be giving out free advice to other people. I have too many W's. Someone said, no, don't shave. See, now there's a bunch of women saying, we love your beard. And I get it. Some people like it. Some people don't. It's not a big deal. Some girls will say, I like your hair short. And then some girls are like, I like your hair long. Take your hair down. And I'm like, please take your hair out of the bun so I can feel it when I'm with you. It's like, relax, girls. I get it. Some people have preferences, but I don't mind. I don't mind when people say, I like it this way. I don't like it this way. When I have a problem is when people say, like, even girls will do that. They'll be like, you have to shave your beard. You have to cut your, it's like, go home. Like, here's an Uber. Go home. Like, I don't have to do anything. Like, you might feel that way. Someone said, pay me, Anomaly. What's your PayPal, Andrew? What do you got? You like Ty Lopez? You're going to change my life? The black hooded robe is more conserving. Be concerned. You should be concerned. Like that psycho woman Democrat said, you should be very afraid of me. Someone said, I don't know who that is. Someone said, later thoughts. Don't be that way. You guys, someone said, pull out the band. No, I'm having a blast. I like it. Like I said, I'm kind of done with what I was saying about Sam Harris. I'll end it and I'll just kind of roast everybody here. Much love to Sam, much love to Joe. All I'm saying is, when it comes to Twitter, actions speak louder than words. Jack Dorsey is not following what he said on Joe Rogan's podcast. He's not letting an open forum, and he's not banning people who break terms and conditions. He's doing the opposite. He's banning conservatives for being right and smart and honest and accurate and fun and funny and amusing and entertaining. And he's letting leftists do death threats against right wing, because that's who they are. They're total liars. And when it comes to Sam Harris, YouTube is completely owned by the far left, corporate establishment leftists who don't care about progressives either. And they've rigged the entire algorithm so that the top 20 searches are mainstream media, from Rupert Murdoch right to establishment CNN and Washington Post left. It's all rigged, and they're still losing to the right wing. So they have to rig the recommended search and use conspiracy theories. So when you have two of the top intellectuals using the terms conspiracy theory and alt-right crazies to define YouTube, I'm going to talk about it. The end. That's it. Now I'll answer questions and roast people who are annoying. And people are like, don't be, I'm having fun. This is actually fun to me. because I work a lot, so it's nice to just roast people every now and then. Yeah, I'm on minds.com, but I talk to the CEO sometimes. I don't know. I'm on Convo too. COMVO. I like that owner. He's a good guy. My man Rich. You're hilarious. All right. See, thank you guys. I think I'm funny. Am I funny? Let me know. Drape said roast me, bro. I don't know. I don't even know. What? Drape 4040? You didn't say anything. Someone said if I'm naughty, can I get some love? I don't know, Alfred. You trying to come up in the chats? That's it's a little weird, but do you? You gotta hustle. Someone said you're a savage, bro. I'm glad Owen recommended you. Thank you, Owen. Please look into QAnon. I've already looked into QAnon and I've talked about it. I'll talk about it later maybe, but I talk about it already. Can you do a segment on Canada once a week? Nah, I'll try to do it once a month or once every 2 months though. Hopefully, when's the election in Canada? Hopefully you guys get a conservative up there. I think you're honest. Thank you, Robert. Eventually, I'm going to cut my hair. It's just like people care about it more than me, but it doesn't make me think like, oh, they're concerned about me. They know it makes me think like, what's wrong with your life that you're on my chat paying me money and continuously spamming me to cut my hair? Like, what's wrong with your life? My life is great. Sometimes I want to cut my hair because it's annoying, as far as like maintenance. But besides that, doing all right. Thank you, Teresa. Still intermittent fasting? No, I've been pretty lazy recently. All right, Mike. You're a good sport at least. That's funny. Where are we at? Check my Instagram, brother. I have too many. I'm tapped out on Instagram. I got 99 messages. Do I like Stefan Molyneux? Some things yes, some things no. Is Tim Pool a good guy to break down censorship? I think so. See, here's the thing with Tim. He's definitely better than everyone else Joe's had on, but it's weird to me that Tim's still like, I still believe in left-wing policies. It's like, bro, why? Why? So Tim does great work, but he's like, I still believe in left-wing policies. I'm like, dude, and you notice Tim's always like so confused. Like Tim's always really mad and confused. He's like, oh, I don't know what's going on. It's like, bro, the left wing has lost their minds, my man. Like, I liked him, but overall, he's good. I'm not like he's better, but like Joe needs to have me on. That's just how I feel. Someone said Tim Pool attacks Infowars. Like I said, he's better, but like, I just feel like when you want the real deal, give me a call, or text me or email me. But if you want to continuously and that's the most thing, like I'm just annoyed at people not being honest. If Tim goes on there and crushes and is honest, then that's cool. But if Tim goes on there and it's like, I want a universal health care, then I'm going to be like, bro, stop. Someone said Tim Pool thinks that fluoride is in the water to help your teeth. He's worthless as a journalist. Fluoride is good for your teeth, but not in the water. You're supposed to use fluoride on your teeth and then spit it out. You're not supposed to swallow it. So it is true that fluoride is good for your teeth, but it's not true that you're supposed to drink fluoride. Does he really say that? That's just terrible. Galatians 3:28, Kyle. There is neither Jew nor Greek. There is neither bond nor free. There is neither male nor female. For ye are all one in Christ Jesus. Thank you, Kyle. Did you see Gavin on Crowder tonight? No. I wanted to watch Gavin on Crowder, but it deleted on YouTube. To be honest, Gavin's okay. Like I don't dislike Gavin, but I would have just skipped to watch Owen's part, to be honest. I would to me, Owen is just leagues more entertaining than Gavin and Steven. And that's not a diss to Crowder or Gavin. I find Owen much more entertaining. So I would have just skipped right ahead. Someone said I need. Chris said I need help finding a girl. Hook a loser up. Ladies, I don't know. Probably not a good intro, Chris. You should have been like, I need a lady. I'm super cool. I have a 401k. Can't find you on Minds. What's your Addy? I don't know. A Dream Rare, maybe? At Dream Rare. Oh yeah, shout out to Gavin for suing SPLC or whatever. That's dope. Someone said women love confidence. Yeah, it's true. It's all right. We'll get them with the next one. There's a poison warning on toothpaste. You're not supposed to drink fluoride. You're supposed to put it on your teeth. That's why some people don't want to put it in toothpaste at all. I'm not gonna lie. I have 3 different types of toothpaste. I have like normal fluoride toothpaste. I have Tom's and I have InfoWars. It depends how conspiratorial I'm feeling, but fluoride is pretty much okay for your teeth. It's not good to drink. Yeah, that's why when you go to the dentist, they say spit it out. Spit it out. They don't say, hey, swallow all the fluoride. Even dentists know you're not supposed to drink it. Did you watch the Hoax movie? I watched the first 30 minutes and had some really good parts. Someone said putting it on teeth does not help. I'm not sure. Chris said, I'm not a Jew. I don't have a 401k. Other ethnicities have 401ks. 401k is not that impressive. It's not just for Jewish people. Yeah, I have the Super Blue InfoWars toothpaste, and I got one as a gift, and I think I bought one. My dentist told me to drink fluoride. No, they didn't. Did they really? Isn't there water with fluoride in it though? Like that they sell at the store? Valerie said I have a 401k. Good. Someone said fluoride doesn't help teeth. I don't know. I don't know about all that. You'd have to really look into the science, but I'm not afraid to. If you guys think I'm smart, I'm not afraid to put fluoride on my teeth, but I wouldn't swallow it for sure. Super Blue is great. Yeah, it's got that minty peppermint feel for sure. We're breaking the conditioning. Facts. Mike said you don't know how to take a joke. I took a joke. I just threw a joke back. If you can't give a joke, if you can't take a joke, don't give a joke. I took it and then I gave one back. It was funny. Someone said, why not watch Sam Harris then have an informed discussion? I'm down to have an informed discussion with Sam Harris. All I'm telling you is YouTube millennial alt-right crazies and calling people conspiracy theorists while you're actively not telling the truth about Twitter, actively not telling the truth about YouTube, making no mention of how the corporations are swallowing these websites up and rigging them and rigging them and rigging them. This is the informed discussion with Sam Harris. It's right now. I'm having one. If he wants to have one with me, that's fine. I'll watch more Sam Harris. It's not going to change what I just heard and what they said. I'm just appreciate it because I'm one of the people who's not going to flip-flop when bad things happen and when lies happen, because that's why they happen. Is because people are total liars and pushovers. And I'm not saying he's a total liar and pushover, but I don't need to hear him to know that he's lying right now about, or at least, really his perception on YouTube and Twitter is awful. It's not going to change. I could listen to a 3-hour podcast of him and Jordan Peterson. YouTube is not alt-right crazies. YouTube is heavily left-wing owned. It's corporately owned and being swallowed up now. So if you're part of the intellectual dark web and you're part of the anti-establishment gatekeepers of censorship and you don't talk about that and you actively suggest the opposite, here's our discussion right here. And there's nothing wrong with it. And if he watched this, I'm sure he would respect it too. I don't know what's that hard about it. Leah said, my son is an education major, has 3 SJW classes, and has to read and write papers on white privilege. He is bummed they aren't teaching him anything. Oh, for sure. The education system's horrible. I looked at my brother's syllabus. It's insane. I have girls that I know in college that are 19 and 20 that have reached out to me and just been like, check this out. They're psychopathic, racist teachers literally making white women and white guys like feel awful and making black people and certain women feel like the victim. They're setting all these kids up for failure and total delusion. It's horrible. The education system is terrible. And hopefully, and to compliment them now, I don't know about Sam, but Joe has had people on his podcast and talked about this, and I appreciate that. Like, I compliment when people do good things. I don't just hate on them, but I don't know why someone's telling me I need to like, I'm telling you what he said. That's not like, I'm saying this and I'm repeating this stuff so people can take these points to these people. Because when I talk to someone like Brett Weinstein in person, who considers himself a progressive, which is frightening that he's anti-censorship but progressive, but that's fine. He'll say to me off stage, dude, you're totally right. I know that they're skewing education papers and the science could be all fake. He said that to me. And then he won't say that on a 3-hour podcast because it'll destroy the whole illusion of what he says all the time. So I have conversations with these people. They know I'm right and they can't. That's why I'm telling you on a bigger scale, not me personally, but that's why they don't care if an Alex or an Owen or a Laura or any, like, they don't care if they drop like flies. Because they don't want to enter that world of truth. They don't want to enter that realm of like, they're like, nah, well, like I'm not saying I've talked to Sam directly, but I've talked to people in the crew and hopefully they debate me. I hope they do, but they know, I know that they know because I'm not lying. And at bare minimum, like you said, I'd be thrilled to have a discussion with Joe. I'm trying continuously let Joe know that I want to be on the podcast. It's overdue. I'd love a conversation with Sam Harris. I'd love a conversation with anyone. Joshua said, White, lived in Paramount and Compton. I was attacked at some point almost every day. Make America great again. I love InfoWars. Owen has all our bags. Reading the comments. What do you guys got? What up? Smoking Sparta. Are you aware of real alt-right YouTube channels like James Alsop and Mike Enoch? No, I think I've been on, like, I think the one dude live streamed one time at an event and I was on it and people were like, dude, you know him? And I'm like, no, he was live streaming in a public place and I was on it. But I don't care. Like, what are their arguments? I even if they exist, so like, like they smear a lot of people because they don't want to have that conversation. I want to hear what they're saying. I want to see what they're saying. Maybe I'll agree with some of it. Maybe I'll disagree with some of it, but I can live with them existing. And if you're going to ban people who are on the extreme right, then you have to ban people who are on the extreme left. And I don't agree with any of it though. It's like, have a policy. Here's what I would agree with. Have a strict community guidelines that actually make sense and abide by it. They don't do that. So no, I don't know who those people are as far as their channels. Someone said they're great and hilarious. Someone said they're a good man. I'm not going to lie. I'll listen to everybody. And the more I listen to the people they tell me not to listen to, the more I like them. From Farrakhan to even people on the far right, like I'll listen to their argument. And a lot of them are less hateful and less racist than the media. And then they'll act like that's my fault. Like, I listened to, what's his name? David Duke, the ex-KKK guy. And it's like, yeah, of course, his past is probably horrible, but he's anti-war. You know what I'm saying? He's talking about ending the war in Syria. He's talking about preventing the murder of people. So it's like, is it my fault that, and Sam Harris, I'm sure will never talk about this. Maybe he will. Maybe I'm wrong. Is it my fault that the mainstream media and the tech companies are responsible for millions of deaths, a refugee crisis that destroyed parts of Libya, slavery in Libya, Vice News, liberal, alt-right, hipster people literally were cheering it on, slavery in Africa, displacement and pure chaos in the Middle East, pure destruction in Europe? Like, these news sources are responsible for all that. Even if David Duke was a bad person 40 years ago or still is today, although I like listening to him, He makes more sense than New York Times. And that's not, they would try to smear me and be like, anomalies. No, it's not my fault that you're more racist, more sexist, more xenophobic, more hateful, hate kids, kill people overseas, start wars, displace people. That's your fault. The media, all they do is label people. I don't care if they're alt-right communist. I could listen, he's not a communist, but I can listen to Farrakhan and agree with 60%. And I'd much rather listen to Farrakhan than CNN or, to be honest, Fox News. Besides Tucker on Fox News, none of it really interests me. It's all a bunch of echo chamber right-wing stuff. It's like, it's okay. It's boring to me. Is that my fault that I want to listen to them instead of you talking about them? It's annoying. Like, I don't care who's alt-right or alt-left or communist or Muslim or Christian or far right, like, what are they saying? Is it true? Is it false? Are they killing millions of people and killing babies and starting wars? Probably not. That's the mainstream media. That's HuffPost, that's Vox, that's Vice, that's New York Times. They're allowing for the murder of a 9-month-old baby mid-birth and don't see a problem with it. They're facilitating and helping, wean our country towards these wars that make absolutely no sense, that are very unpopular on the left wing and the right wing. So I'm just tired of them smearing it. Like, I get it. Yeah, I don't know how people feel here, but it's like, I don't care if you're a communist or a nationalist or a socialist, or like, we can talk about titles, but I don't want you to get banned. And it's people like, to be honest, I'm not going to name names, but the gatekeepers who don't, they're like, we are so much better than that. But to be honest, they're usually more boring. They're not addressing the root of the issues. They're not like, I want the raw truth. And if people, leaders like Farrakhan and leaders like, I don't even want to say, I don't know on the right, but like, if the strongest leaders came out, I'm old school and I'm also East Coast. I like the blunt truth sometimes. I don't like to be lied to. I'm not like Joe and Sam where they're like, Jack, like, I don't care if he says it and does the opposite. That's not honest. Like, I want to be slapped with the raw truth from Black America to white America to Hispanic America to Brazil to Europe. Like, what's the truth? I don't care about people's feelings. I don't care about my feelings. You could talk about white people or Hispanic people. You could talk about men. I'm not going to cry as long as you're telling the truth. Just tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the truth is beautiful. Sometimes the truth is ugly. Sometimes the truth is exactly what we want to hear. Sometimes the truth isn't what we want to hear. But what our media has created, and social media, and now gatekeepers of intellect, have created a system of like pretty lies where it's like, I respect people, and I'm not, this is so far beyond what I started talking about, like my title. I'm not even talking about them. I'm just tired of the lies. Like, someone said white men need to start policing their own. First, I mean, I believe in this. Like, take care of yourself. Start with yourself. Then move to your family. Then move to your community. Then move to your country. I don't believe in this whole racial thing. I think it's a whole distraction. But my point, why I don't mind people on the right wing is like, if Black people can buy from their own and talk within their own and only want to do things with their own, and Asians do that, and Indians do that, and Jews do that, and Christians do that, and like, I understand some are religions, some are racist, but like, the only person that's not allowed to do that is white people, where it's like, I that's not my thing, so it doesn't really concern me. That's why I don't talk about it. But if everyone else is allowed to do it, but white people aren't allowed to do it, meanwhile, white people are aborting their babies at astronomical rates, yet every other culture is like multiplying at a rate of like 6 to 1. It just seems like a plot against white people. It's just obvious to me. So it's like, that's not my thing. I believe in content of character. I have friends from I have a Muslim friend that I like better than some of my other friends. I have Christian friends that I love and trust more than anyone else. I have, some women that I like. I have some men that I like. I have some, Black friends that I have a great time with. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm not personally, my life experience, I'm not really that interested in race, but it's like I didn't even before 2 years ago, before the media got super racist, I never even thought about this stuff. I grew up, I had Indian friends. I'd smoke hookah and eat, curry. And like, I never thought twice about their race. Like, yeah, we were different, but like, it never mattered. Either I liked them or I didn't. I have Indian friends that will still text me to this day that are, like Indian, very cool, very trustworthy, very smart, very successful. I have a Jewish friend that sent me money on Venmo. Like he likes my videos and it's like a friend he's really supporting really hard. He's conservative. Like it doesn't matter to me. There's good and bad people from every race, religion, and gender. But why is only one race not allowed to do that? It doesn't make sense to me. Either everyone, like it's the same with Twitter or YouTube. Either everyone's allowed to do it or no one's allowed to do it. It's not like we can do it, but you can't do it. That's the leftist way. They're total hypocrites and liars, and they're segregation. They're like segregationalists. They're like, we're going to segregate, but you can't segregate. I'm not for segregation, but if you're all going to do it, and then you don't, and then you yell at the right wing for doing what you're doing, the far right wing, it's ridiculous. I'm so tired of their hypocrisy. Someone said, "You sure he's Jewish?" Yeah, for sure. I just was chilling with Roseanne 2 weeks ago. She just donated $10 in my last live stream. Roseanne is very Jewish, I'm sure. There's good Jewish people. I have a lot of Israeli followers too. There's good, like, this is the part that kind of creeps me out. I'm just going to say. There's good people of every race. There's good people of every religion. There's good people of every gender and culture. I shouldn't have to say this. I'm not afraid of talking of statistics. You can talk about statistics. You could talk about IQs if you want. It doesn't offend me. But it genuinely freaks me out when some of my followers don't understand that there can be Muslim people that are good people. It's true. I'm sorry, it is. It bugs me out when you really think my friend's not Jewish? There's good Jewish people. Roseanne is really good to me. She's 100% Jewish and very proud of it. She's just a good person. Like it freaks me out when people don't understand that. Like just because the left wing's being crazy doesn't mean every part. Like there might be a large statistic in any race or religion or gender that are doing something, but you're on the internet too much. You're on YouTube too much. Like Sam Harris said, you're in the no. You're doing too much if you don't know that there's good people of all kinds. And it's really like I'm on the computer a lot, but I'm very blessed to have a lot of real life interactions. Like there's amazing people. Like I'll give you an example. I came, if you're right wing or something, you could talk about statistics of black violence and stuff. And I've talked about it multiple times. And, and also, how I think liberals have kind of brainwashed the black community. I'm not afraid to talk about that. But like, if you just sit on the internet all the time, you'll gain like a hate for people because you're just living in that reality. But when I got back to LA, I took a ride and my Uber driver was a Christian black woman, big woman, super, super positive, super inspirational, super loving, like super, super ambitious and like great mindset. I had an amazing, amazing conversation for like 40, 50 minutes with her. If you live in a world where you're constantly just on YouTube and Facebook thinking about race too much, you're not living life. Like, it's like you could talk about statistics, but like if you don't know a good Jew and you don't know a good black woman or a good black guy, like you're not getting out enough. Like I know so like like there's so many good people out there. There really are. I don't buy into this ideology that like there are some bad eggs and it's definitely not good to be foolish and naive, but like I've had hundreds upon thousands of incredible conversations with incredible souls of every kind, and I refuse. Someone said you reading the comments, like you guys gotta, and that's where I really believe in. I'm not foolish, I'm not naive, I'm not weak, but like you get what you give. If you look for something, you're gonna find it. And I'm not talking to go hike a mountain in Morocco or anything, but like open up your heart a little bit, open up your soul. And I guarantee you the universe will put good people in your path. If you close up your heart and you close up your soul and you're just hateful towards people, you're going to see that in the world. There is an element. I'm not saying to be foolish or naive, but like there is an element of like you're able to disarm people and you're able to like bring the best out of people. Your energy changes me now. My energy is changing you right now. I could change your whole energy and you could change mine off of a text. That's power. We all have it. So don't underestimate it. I definitely don't buy into. Someone said we are toxic. Don't read us, Anomaly. You're fine. It's just the truth. The comments are hilarious. Why not hike a mountain in Morocco? No, you can. I was referencing these. They were like some leftists like they were hiking and they got killed by ISIS. They were like, we believe in love, and they got murdered by ISIS. That's what I was. You can hike in Morocco, but I'm just saying, like, don't be a fool. You know, that's the point I was saying. Someone said you don't have energy for me. I don't know. That sounds sexual. You gotta relax. Anomaly dice clay with the gloves. I like that. That's rare. Can you watch your necks? You can watch your necks. I don't know what that means. Let me interview you. I don't know. Probably not. What do we got? We got any good? Let me scroll up, see if I missed anything. Believe in love, but don't be a fool. For sure. I mean, everyone has their own outlook and you have to be true to yourself. But what changed my life was a few things. And one of them is the more comfortable and confident you are with yourself, like my self-esteem is high, but it's not built on ego. Like at a certain point, it was ego and it wasn't true. It wasn't true confidence. You know, I was like ego sometimes it builds a mountain because you don't actually have confidence. Like what changed my life was I got right in inner, and I still have a lot of work to go, but like I'm good. I'm blessed. I'm healthy. I'm happy. I'm focused. I'm purifying myself. And that changes my life because until you do that, you see what you see in yourself and others. You know what I'm saying? You can only, there's a good quote I like, you can only meet someone as deeply as you met yourself. That's why I say to people, if you lie to yourself, you're not going to be able to be the most authentic truth teller to others. So you have to start within. And I've done a lot of work in that department, and a lot of people don't. And if you don't, you know, you're not going to see it in others. You're not going to bring that energy out of others. And I've like people always say, dude, you're going to leave, right? You got to get out of the state. Like maybe honestly, because I don't like communism, but there's so many good people here. There's also so many awful, terrible people for sure. But like, there's so many good people. Like you just got to open your eyes and open your heart a little bit without being a total fool. Like I don't just roam around the streets, like, but at the same time, I've had too many good conversations and people who've escaped communism, you know, middle and lower class people who are tired of these taxes. So I think of it as like a little bit of like you know what? I'm not going to just leave these people. Maybe I will and go somewhere eventually, but like I feel like I got the people on my back. I got the lower class and the working class on my back where I'm doing the work that other people can't do. I mean, I talk to people every day, dude, I can't say what you say. I wish I could. I'm like, people are trapped and I'm not just going to give up on people. I'm not, you know, I'm in it and I want to be the type of person that's approachable, you know, where if somebody disagrees with me or like, they're like, you know what, I don't agree with Anomaly on some political things, but I like him. I respect him. I appreciate him. Like, even if someone's progressive, far left communist and watches my video and doesn't agree with what I just said, there's still so many like in an Anomaly, not to talk in third person, that's kind of douchey. I just do it because anyway. There's so many, like you watch other people and all they do is talk about politics and policies and politics and that's fine. But you can come out of my podcast. There's like life gems in there. There's wisdom and knowledge that can be used for your business, that can be used for your personal life. That's what I'm trying to create. I'm just using politics as a vehicle to bring that. I don't know what you're disagreeing with, bro. No, I don't know that song. I'm not singing it. Sorry. Where are we at? Dude, my best friends rap with E40 for real. I could send you some great raps. I don't need any more emails. Just being honest, dude. I'm getting like hundreds of messages a day. I can't keep up with them. So I'm too busy. But if they want to like collaborate or something and it's a official inquiry, I need to stretch. I want to make a new social media. Do what you got to do. Any good questions? You're great. Can't wait for the new music. Yeah, I'm about to record a song. I'm not I don't fall for the hate ever. It's not an option. Don't worry. I'm blessed. Just say a prayer for me, say a prayer for yourself. That's amazing. I like that. Is Willy Wonka your favorite movie? One of them. Usually successful people give advice on being successful. Also, successful people can see that path in others, and also anybody that wants it can get it. That's the beautiful thing about America. And as I get older and I get wiser, people always say, dude, you changed because you started getting stuff. No, 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 no. I had a mental awakening, and now it's deeper than just money or success. Like, ooh, you're a follower. No, it's deeper than that. I realize in America, after not having a lot and struggling for a while, I realized that you can get anything that you want if you work hard enough, and there's opportunities everywhere. If you live in a city, you can go on Craigslist, and that's how I got all my jobs. When I was starting out, I was looking online. I didn't have any money. I found a job, found a job, found a job. I moved to the city when I was 22 with no money, and I never once got $1. I got $1,800 stolen from me on a scam, and I got it back because I went full on this guy, and I'm like, bro, I'm gonna ruin your life if you don't give this money back. Like, my parents are like, how did you do that? How did you go to, like, because I go hard, and if anyone wants to put in that work, you can do anything. And they're like, it's people are looking to help others. If you look for good in others, they will open the doors for you. You know what I'm saying? I've opened the doors for a lot of people, like, and I'm not to, but like Brandon Straka, who now may run against Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and should, and probably could win. I hope he does. Candace, my friend Jared, my friend Wakas, like Brandon Tatum, when he was first starting out, helped him get like 2 million views. Like, I'll open the door. If you give me a lob, I'll throw it up there. There's people like me who are looking for people. So it's like, I don't subscribe to this communist ideology of you need to get it together. Stop being hateful. Stop playing the victim. Stop trying to think government's going to solve all your problems. They're going to make everything worse. Just turn on the thing. Like, that's how it works. Someone hit me up. I'm not going to say who, but they said, Anomaly, I actually know this person. They said, Anomaly, dude, I really want to get into what you're doing. I want to help you. Like, what's up? Went for coffee, you know what I'm saying? Went on a walk. He might be working with me now, because he had the ambition to hit me up. And I have hundreds of friends. I mean, not that many. I keep my circle pretty small, but, I know a lot of people. It's like, you could go if you want. My friend Jared hit me up, placed his video, got 600, 700,000. And now Jared's always, I'm going to text him after this. Jared Zavatoski, now we hang out a lot because he took the steps to get his video placed on my website. It was actually good. I see the potential in him, and he's got it. I think he's like, he took that step. And then I just don't have too much sympathy for people who want to bring the government into this stuff, because it's really, and like, this is the type of stuff you're not going to get on most political podcasts. Like what I'm telling you now, and you notice with a lot of people, like, I could probably win an election. I don't want to, and I'm just saying, like, a lot of people are in it for other reasons. And I'm not like, some people are in it for the right reasons, but like, a lot of people want money and power over anything, and they want connections and stature. Like, I really don't. I'm literally like, you're not going to find very many other people. And I will say, since Owen sent a lot of people to my way, I do think, now that I'm thinking about this, as far as, Owen Benjamin, he's obviously talking about certain politics and social stuff, but he's opening up his life, and he's showing people, like, that's something that's very rare, you know, and you like most political people, hey, this is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Like all they do is talk politics and sell you something. Like that's why I support Alex Jones. He does a lot of wild stuff, but the products he sells are actually like life enhancers, you know? Whereas like Ben Shapiro sells death. He literally will be like, "You're gonna die soon. You need to get like." It's really creepy. Like it's not. And I've been on Clavin's podcast, so much love Daily Wire, but like I don't like. You're not gonna get certain things from everybody. So, and that's like I said, I would have skipped to Owens part and Crowder. Crowder's okay. I don't dislike him. Like Gavin McInnes, I don't know that much about him, but like I don't know. There's something that interests me and something that doesn't. But it's deeper than politics to me. And like even, other people, I know Owen gets it. It's like we're not doing this because we want money and power and fame. Like Owen already, had a career and whatnot, but like there's no other option. Like once these cards fell, there's nothing else to possibly do. Like I can't not do it. Like people are like, dude, how did you do it? I can't not do it. I've never, like, even me, I've given up opportunity. I've never had big opportunities because I wouldn't do what they wanted me to do ever. I never did. So people are like, dude, like, yeah, this is 9 years of sacrificing my life for a situation I didn't know if it was going to come up or not, but I didn't care because I gave myself a 0% chance of ever selling out. So some people didn't take that risk. And it's like, well, that's and some people went other routes. That's fine too. Someone said, do you get angry? So very rarely, very rarely. Sometimes, but even me getting angry, like I'll get into it sometimes, but no, I don't think anger is very like, I think anger is weakness unless it's like human reaction. You got to snap and like protect yourself or something, but no, not that often, but I do see a GMH. But I'll say I weeded everything out of my life that would possibly make me angry. Like drama, cut off. Like people that I don't like, cut off. People who make me angry, cut off. I'm really rarely angry, if ever, because it's not a good like. It's a emotion of like losing control. I like to be in control. I like to be centered. So anger is overrated in my personal perspective. Someone said, I hate being a barback, having to do a bouncer's job. I don't know. I don't know what you meant by that. Like literally or? No, I don't like that's, I'll give you another key. Like a couple of years ago, I'm so effective. I like to work with other people, but like there is no dead weight doesn't exist. Even my friends that I like either we're going to do this or like there is no drama. There is no emotion. There is no gossip. Like get it done or you're gone. And I don't need anyone else. So it's like it doesn't even exist for like a second. Like it goes on mute. It gets blocked. Like there's none of that. And the more you leave lingering around like that, it's gonna weigh you down and take your energy. But like here's my thing, even with my friends, like, yo, are we having fun? Are we chilling? Are we starting a business? Are we like move like I'm not gonna fail. I don't want to fail. I don't want to not be anything. Like it's like I'm always like I've dedicated 7 years to my life just to like working on everything, and now I use Photoshop. I'm good at Final Cut. I edit all my own videos. I film all my own videos. Have 6-7 years of social media marketing. I didn't finish college. I dropped out. I worked at major agencies working for, I'm not going to say specifically who, but I worked at multi-million-dollar agencies with like high profile clients just because I went on Craigslist and had no money in a city and I grinded for 6-7 years. Like I don't know what it's like to be lazy. I don't know what it's like to, well, I am semi-lazy. So I was like, I got to make a life that's kind of easy, but I can't relate to this other stuff. Someone said anger is very toxic. Yeah, for sure. Overrated. What is your opinion of the Super Bowl halftime show? I actually, here's the thing. I know like a lot of people hate on Maroon 5, but I think Songs About Jane, really good album. It had the song, This Love Has Taken Its Toll on Me. And then it had Sunday Morning. They should have played that. Sunday morning, rain is falling. Dun-dun-dun. It's a great song. It's a great album. They were actually like a band. And then I guess after that, they were like, hey, what if we had Adam Levine stand here? You guys go way in the back, and then we'll just add a techno bass. Like they just destroyed the whole band after the first album, and they like sold out. But I like Maroon 5. I thought it started out good, but I thought the rap part was like forced and weird. Like it just seemed like cultural appropriation. And I'm not saying that because I don't mind Travis Scott. I like Big Boy and Outkast a lot. I love that song that they played. But like it just seems so forced, like everything that liberals do. They have to force everything. So it's like I feel like they didn't let Maroon 5 be Maroon 5. They didn't play enough older songs. It was whatever. It was okay. I think Beyonce's was better. Katy Perry's was way better. Bruno Mars's was better. It was okay. And I actually don't hate Maroon 5. I like Maroon 5. She said goodbye too many times before. That whole album is fire. That's a really good album. Someone said Adam Levine is a privileged Jew from Los Angeles. I mean, I don't know about his upbringing. Someone says Missy Elliott the best. Did Missy Elliott do the halftime show? Did she? I don't remember that. Has taken. Someone said anger is a gift. I don't know. Your boy Alex Jones puts down people who can't afford dental work and their appearance. Not cool. We should bring these people up, not insult them. I'm gonna probably go on Alex's show, not Alex specifically, but I've no idea. He streams for like 5 hours a day. I'm not responsible for what other people say as far as like I'm not into bullying people based on their appearance. It's not very nice, but I have no idea who you're talking about. Someone said anger will keep you alive. To each their own, do what you got to do. Let me see. I love Green Bastard said, I love your truth-seeking nature. Owen is my go-to guy, but I think you might be more effective in your chill approach. I mean, everyone serves a purpose. I mean, I've talked about this with Owen, where it's like, even Owen's like, maybe like, nah, you gotta be true to yourself, and only you know the true you. So Owen is extremely funny. So he reaches the same with like Crowder. Crowder's very funny. So humor transcends and reaches a different audience. We don't need everyone being the same. I'm playing my role. I'm being my authentic self, and I feel really good, and like everybody, it's on them, to be what they feel is the strongest, best them. So Owen's clearly not having a problem. He's getting like 5,000-6,000 people a night, a lot of streams on Facebook. I'm getting millions of views a week, and here I'm building on here. So, I mean, everyone has to play a part. That's what I feel like, and it's definitely would be nice to have more people in like mainstream politics who were chill and could reach out to like the left wing, for sure. That's what annoys me the most about a lot of these conservatives. Not everyone, but some of them. It's not. I don't need the attention. I don't need extra. Like I don't need anything. What annoys me is they're booking all people who are worse than me and not related. Like it's all like echo chamber conservative stuff, and they're like, haha, build the wall. And it's like, dude, you're never gonna you're not gonna pick up the kids that you need to pick up as far as like the youth. And they're like, Gen Z is really conservative. Like, no, they're not. That's a total lie. So that's what bothers me the most. It's like and it's okay because the real recognize real, and everyone who's had me on respect, and everyone who hasn't, it's up to you. But it annoys me because it's like, what's going on here? Kyle said, Ecclesiastes, did I say that right? Ecclesiastes 7:9. Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger receiveth in the bosom of fools. There you go, straight from the Bible, guys. So you don't have to, right? Is that the Bible? Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger receiveth in the bosom of fools. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of anger. I think like you do things that you regret when you're angry, and it's like I don't like if you need to be strong and like it's one thing to be strong, but I'm not a big fan of anger. Are you gonna play ball with Dennis Rodman? Hopefully. God, please let me play with Dennis Rodman. That would be fire. Anger is for the children of the lie. That's a Jesse Lee Peterson thing, possibly. Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes. Someone said I smashed Alexandria. I mean, come on. Behave. Damn, 100 minutes streaming. Can I dunk? I can dunk. Yes. Do you watch PewDiePie? Not recently, but yeah, every now and then he's pretty funny. I like he's got an interesting sense of humor, and it's interesting. So you play in the post, you dribble up and pull up. I'm not really a shooter. I'm more of a driver, and I rebound and play good defense. But I'm just a beast, man. I'm gonna play Fleckus soon. He's not hit me up, but I'll play. Do you ever watch The View? No, of course not. I mean, I've watched parts of it, but like The View is like taking like acid and just like pouring it on your brain. And I'm not talking about LSD. The View is awful. Someone said Cracker got ups. How tall am I? I'm 6'3", 6'2.5", 6'3". I gotta go and get measured. I don't know. I hear Prince was great at ball. That's what Chappelle says. No, I can't dunk though. She said goodbye too many times before. Would be fun to watch a 1v1 live stream. I'm telling you, like, I'm just gonna keep it real with y'all. I've beaten Fleckas already. We played twice one-on-one. I beat him like 11-4, 11-6, easily. I mean, I'm way better at basketball than him. We played horse. I won twice. Like I won 4 games in a row. 2 horse games, 2 one-on-ones. He thinks he got better. He's practicing. It's not gonna matter. I'm way better at basketball on every aspect, and I'm gonna crush Fleckus. And we're gonna do it live stream this time. I got the footage, and he was like, "Oh, just delete it." I was like, "Fine." Someone said I'm 5'9" and can dunk. That's insane. Yeah, that's very impressive. Do I play video games? Yeah, I play Rocket League. I kind of want to play right now. Leave you guys and play. Are you part Nephilim? I don't think so. Anger is the word. Fleckus doesn't look terribly athletic. Yeah, tell him that. We got to troll Fleckus till he plays me. I like Fleckus, by the way. I'm just messing because I actually do like him. All right. What we got? Joey Behar? No, I don't. Rocket League is legit. Yeah, Rocket League's fun. I talk too much shit though. I gotta chill out. Like people get legitimately mad on Rocket League at me because I'm always talking shit. Does anyone play Rocket League here on Steam? Anybody? Look, I got this little controller. I told myself when I was poor, I was like, I'm not gonna play video games until I'm not poor anymore. And I'm officially not poor. I mean, I'm not rich, but I was like, all right, I can play video games now. I'm not broke. No, I play on my computer. I play on Steam. Where's Ginsburg? We're having a sleepover. Relax. Yu-Gi-Oh! I used to play. What's my Steam? What's your Steam? Wait, Alex, you play Rocket League? Alex, I'll play with you. I remember. Your name looks familiar. I don't want to get a bunch of friend messages. What's your who else plays Rocket League on I watch Rocket League on YouTube. I'm pretty good. I'm okay. Yeah. should I give out my Steam? I feel like that's a bad idea. I'm gonna get like a bunch of friend messages. Um, Anomaly admitted necrophilia. No, that's disgusting. No, that's gross. Don't say that. That's sounds like a bad rumor that like that conspiracy theorists would say about me. And I hope my point got across this stream. I wasn't trying to be mean to Sam Harris or Joe Rogan. I just think censorship is a serious issue, and like if you don't really talk about it right, I'm gonna talk about it right. That's it. Yeah, all right, Alex. I like Alex. I don't know why I picked you. You can email me and tell me your Steam name. I'll play Rocket League with you. Thank you, David. I appreciate it. I'm doing this stream because I'm gonna record a song tomorrow. My friend who made the Bob Ross beat and he co-produced the I Like Trump beat. I hit him up because like I was just letting him know I was gonna pay him. Cause I was going to anyway, but I was trying to get his attention because he wasn't answering, and I was like, "Yo, I'll pay you," and he's like, "You're damn right, you're gonna pay me. I'm a 2-time producer, bitch." Like, cause like we came up from nothing. Me and my friend Kinfolk John, and now he's the producer, DJ, engineer for Lil Xan, and he's engineered and produced like a lot of big songs now, not just for Lil Xan, but for other people. And I guess he's like a platinum producer now. But he's like, "You better pay me, bitch. I'm a platinum producer." Yeah, he's funny. And then he thought I was gonna be mad because like I was looking at it, I was like, yo, this son of a bitch. And then like literally before I even thought about it, he called me and he's like, yo, you like he was making sure I wasn't actually mad or whatever. He said like he's like, yo, he's like, what were you thinking about? And then we had a whole conversation about how communists steal your taxes. So it was a red pill. All right, Green Bastard said Toe Rogan is a 4-2 lying thumb. Yo, y'all gotta chill with the Joe shit. I'm not trying to get involved in that, but you super chatted, so I had to read it. No, my new rap. I did it. I did my new rap on a live stream. I don't know. Hawaii is beautiful. Someone said for sure. Nah, we're blessed. I want to play Rocket League. Like you guys are cool, but Rocket League is pretty tight. All right, we still got 500. I'll stay. You did a track with D Pride years ago. Did I? Let me search it. I was in that like I don't know if I did a track with him, but we might have done a cipher. I started it. Here's what a good marketing person I was. Not to boast, but I did a whole YouTube cipher and D Pride I think was on it, but I engineered the whole thing. It was like me, my man Prince EA, Wax, D Pride, Traffic, aka Timothy De La Ghetto. Like we were crushing it back in the day with the YouTube rap. Chris Potts said, "Have you ever been suicidal? Life has made me that way many times before. If so, have you dealt with it?" And then Green Bastard said, "Toe Rogan bows to Lucifer." All right, I'm gonna answer Chris's. I mean, when I was younger, I was definitely more depressed and sad, and I'd listen to like Kid Cudi. Not that like, but I was just like way sadder when I was like 19, 20, 21, 22. And I wasn't ever like fully suicidal, but I definitely was more depressed than ever. But my life definitely changed when I stopped feeling bad for myself. I stopped playing the victim, and I just like really appreciated my blessings. And when I was depressed more, it was because I was always looking at everything that I didn't have and mistakes and like just thinking too much. And also it was like self-confidence too. I feel like for a while, even like my hair when I was younger, like people used to make fun of this and that, and like I wasn't as confident or comfortable. So I think the way to really get out of that, I'm no doctor, but I would say, figure out who like I didn't maybe have the best friends at the time. Like who are your friends? Who are you surrounded with? What are you watching? But also like, how comfortable and happy are you with yourself? Because if you could be comfortable and happy, then no one could really crack that bubble. So, just stuff like that. Hopefully that helps. But no, I was definitely at a time not very happy when I was younger. and certain, there were certain bad bumps I've had, but I've been good for a while. Because now, like, things are so real for me too, where it's like things are at such a big scale. I don't even have the space to like feel bad for myself. I don't have the space to feel down for a second. Like, I'm in the crossroads now, so I can't even afford to do that for a second. So I don't even go there. Oh, you emailed your Steam name? Let me see. I'm pretty sure you said to email you my Steam name and you play some Rocket Knee. My name is blank blank blank. Thanks, man. What rank are you, Alex? Email my. Just wanted to tell you that I think you have the best opportunity to bring normies over the smart side. Yeah, no, I do what I can. Thank you. God bless, Jason. Yeah, gratitude is important. Like gratitude. I'll tell you this too. The book, I mean, I like the book Eckhart Tolle, like The Power of Now. That book helped me a little bit at low times. Yeah, what rank are you in doubles? I'll play 2-on-2 with you. I'm gonna add you on Steam real quick. Anomaly doesn't get it. Maybe he will in the future. Talking video games. Sarah Harris Jordan. No mention of Jesus once. I'll catch the real bears in the bear stream. I'm out. All right, Mike, you're banned. Hold on, you're gonna get banned. Sorry, buddy. You can suggest things or disagree, but to say I don't get it, now you're gone forever. Sorry, buddy. You can go to Owen's stream. Hopefully you have fun there because you're not allowed here anymore. Gonna add my friend. Are you good, Alex? I mean, you could say Anomaly, like, what do you think about Jesus? Or do you want to talk about Jesus? I literally read like 3 Bible quotes from Super Chats, but you can suggest it. But like anybody saying you don't get it, or only InfoWars Bear, because he actually super chatted and was funny. He was like, you're never on my level. Like one day you'll get to where I am. That sounds like someone that's so far below me, that's banned forever, that doesn't even get to be here anymore. Like no one that's at that level will tell other people that they're not at that level. You know what I'm saying? That's what low level people do. They're like, dude, I'm out of here. You just don't get it. Like, no, you probably don't get it. You're probably 1/8 of the way where you should be. Shout out from Belgium. Green Bastard, you seem to have wisdom and mortal fortitude to handle success. Much love, brother. Thank you, bro. God bless you. Let me see. Add a friend. Alex, I'm adding you. Hold on. Add a friend. Add a friend. Come on. How do we do this? A search by profile. Did you answer how good you are, Alex? Let's see. Enter. There are no it says there's no users that match that name. I would play tonight, but I didn't think you. Oh, it's okay. It's too late anyway. All right. Missed opportunity for both of us. Dun, 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 dun. What's your Spotify name? Anomaly. AN0MALY. Someone said, I was raised Catholic, but it scares me now. I'm just so mistrustful of Abrahamic religions. No disrespect. I can't trust Christianity anymore, said the pagan goy. That's a nice name, the pagan goy. Yeah. I mean, I'm just reading his comment. That's not what I said. You ordering food tonight? Nah. Damn, Bob said, buy a new robe. To be honest, this robe was probably only $20, so I could buy another one. It was pretty cheap. I'm not a big baller. But, I believe in the word of God. I believe in truth and wisdom and knowledge, but I do believe that certain institutions use that to mislead people. And, the word of God is the word of God. The truth is the truth. The message of Jesus is the message of Jesus. I don't have to justify, like, to me, like, religion and the word of God and even like the wisdom in the Bible, it's not like a dick swinging contest, you know? And I feel like that anybody that uses it as a dick swinging contest, they're probably not close to God, you know, where it's like, people can judge me all they want and say I'm not Christian enough, or I'm not Christian, or I'm not godly enough. But like, to me, that's for God to decide. You're not God. And probably if you think that way, you're probably not that close to God. And maybe you are, but you're still not God. So it's for God to decide. And I find, to me, just personally, any religion, I find that anybody that does like the dick swing contest, like I'm better in it than you, usually is not. That's not the case. I know a lot of Christian people, a lot of great Christian people, and my favorite Christians are the ones who just lead with by example. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to name names. I have a lot of really great Christian friends who are like super next level, and they're all different. They all have different kind of ideologies a little bit within their own religion. But you know, like wisdom and knowledge and truth and God speaks for itself. So it's not a dick swinging contest. Have you ever heard of 432 hertz music tuned in to raise your vibration? I think so. Is that the good megahertz? Because if that is, yeah, I've listened to it. I've listened to it for a few hours for sure. I think that's because I've been on the vibration music vibe. I think is that like the good vibration? There's a few. No, yeah, I'm just saying, like, my relationship with God and Jesus Christ, like, I'm confident that He understands what I'm doing. And if he's not, he'll let me know. It's like humans, I don't care what they think, because a lot of people use it as like a scapegoat for what they've already done. I think religion can be a powerful positive in the life, and used incorrectly, I think it could be a terrible negative. And a lot of people, they mess up a lot and they do a lot of bad things, and then they run to religion and use it to like throw in everyone's face. But that's not God. Like people that are super Christian, they're like, dude, you emanate all the best parts of the Bible. Like, I don't have to say that. I don't walk around and tell everybody that I'm more Christ-like or God-like than others, because that's not what it's about. It's not a contest. And I'm not trying to impress I mean, to an extent, I guess I am, but I'm trying to impress myself. I'm trying to impress God, trying to do what's right. And anyone else's opinions of my relationship and my closeness is not accurate. And I my hesitations are strictly to not get played by other humans, because I know that other humans have used the power of God to manipulate people, because it's such a strong true power. So I know that that's happened, and I'm not sure to what extent it's happened. And I believe that God understands my skepticism. I'm gonna read the Bible. I'm gonna read the Quran. I'm gonna read. I mean, I'm getting there. I have books from Christians that my Christian friends have given me. I have a book for Martin Luther that I've bought. So I'm getting there. I'm reading. Did you ever hear George Harrison's "My Sweet Lord"? No, I haven't. Give us the real anomaly. It's as real as it's gonna get. Why do you believe? I don't know what you mean. Someone said Islam is evil. Well, I'll find out for myself. I'm going to read it. Lead by example is what important and Nam knows. Thank you, Hair Bear. Appreciate you. If you want to be honest, I mean, no one asked, but I'm gonna say anyway. I think Christians are in quite a pickle, and I support Christians, and a lot of my best friends are Christians, and I think Christians have caught themselves in a pickle because the other two major religions seem to not really respect them. Just put it that way. So I think the system is rigged against Christians in multiple ways, and it's going to take some recognize, and a lot of Christians don't recognize that, and some do, but a lot don't. And I do recognize it, so you can judge me if you want, but I'm one step ahead of the game. Someone said to learn about Islam, look at Imam Tawhidi. I think you spelled his name wrong. Imam Tawhidi with a D. Imam Tawhidi is excellent. He's a really good guy. And I know people, everyone, not every Christian is a Westboro Baptist Church like strict, and not every Muslim is ISIS strict. And a lot of the evils of ISIS, which is like the direct interpretation of it, it's making people like it's hard to leave Islam, obviously. So you have to understand there's a social revolution going on, and a lot of people recognize that. So if you're going to hate on people who are trying to make the transition away from it, or at least into the light, you're not a good person. You're not a smart person. You're not a kind or compassionate person. You're not a wise person, because there are many Muslims and people who are trying to make a conversion, or at least step into a different realm. And a lot of conservatives just yell, you're evil, taqiyya, taqiyya. So you're digging your own graves. And a lot of the people who do that are Christians. So you have Christians that are pigeonholed by two different religions that don't respect them. And they're constantly like digging their own graves. And I'm just like, why are you doing this? You're setting yourselves up for failures. And those are the same ones that'll say to me, you don't get it. You don't get it, Anomaly. It's like, you don't get it. You're in a pickle right now. And people who are trying to help you get out of that pickle, you constantly bash. It's not smart. Someone said, read Hebrew, English, JPS, Tanka for Old Testament. I'll see what I could do. Every time I get a super chat, I think how much the communists take from it. It's like 30% goes to YouTube, 30% goes to the government. It's communist. I was just joking with that. That people were like, Anomaly's possessed. No, I'm just playing. All right. Any good last questions? Yeah, PayPal works. I have my PayPal in there, but either way, pay the tax. Go. Funny. Wish I could chuck you some, bro. Kids and socialist Canadian taxes are crazy. How much taxes do you pay in Canada? Just let me know. No worries. I'm good. It's a suggestion. It's not a demand. 80%. No way. Do I have a PayPal or Venmo? Yeah, I have PayPal and Venmo, but why does PayPal suck? Mandy says you are naive about Islam. You have no clue about them. See, Mandy, I'm glad you said that, because you're exactly who I'm talking about. You you didn't listen to a word I said. You probably ignored everything I said, and you'd be the first one to block the tens of thousands, if not millions, of people who are desperate. I know people directly who are literally conservative. Like, you're the type, they're all evil, they're all bad. I'm gonna dig my own grave. Meanwhile, their overpopulated rate is 6-0, and you need people within the religion to reform them, because you can't do anything from the comment section. You just screech and scream, and you are like the representation of what they can't stand. So when they actually try to work with you, or at least like consider, and then they see Mandy, they're like, oh, you know what, never mind, I'm going to go back to Islam, because there's nasty, negative people. So, I mean, you're digging your own grave. So if you want to do that, you can do that. But I didn't say that the religion doesn't have problems. I didn't say that it doesn't have liars. I didn't say that it's not a violent, inherently religion. But if you believe that all billion of people are inherently horrible and there's no other way, and that they all follow the religion word for the word, and they're all lying to you, you're an idiot, and you should probably get banned. Where did you live? You lived in Islam? I'm not like, tell me something of value, because you're going to say something that I never said. It's bad in Islamic countries. I never said otherwise. I actively always say that it's true. And it's, as far as I'm just telling you that there's Muslim people in America who are trying to tell other people that it's not as good. And I know them. I've sat down with them. They know it's not as good. They love America. There's Muslims here that like America. It's like, I can't say, it's all good, but I can't say anything without people jumping to conclusions or being like, well, but you're wrong, Anomaly. Why am I wrong? Because I've lived there. What does that have? It has nothing to do with what I've said. I've never said that they're thriving countries. I've said the opposite very firmly many times. I've warned of all of the downfalls of it. So why can't you just say what you want to say without lying about what I said? I didn't say it's a thriving nation. Every nation that's under Sharia laws is thriving with social freedom. I didn't say that. So why can't you say that without lying about what I said? I don't like liars. I didn't say, like, you can make your statement, but dude, you said that I lived there. Well, then good. Then tell your story, but don't say I'm wrong and I don't understand, because you're probably having a fight with a ghost. The Anomaly doesn't understand because I don't even listen to him. Like, I've said probably what you're about to say 10 million times. Just because you don't listen, people like you annoy me, Mandy. I'm sorry, but you can disagree with me. You can state something of value, but if you literally just make something up to, like, you're like straw manning an argument that I never said. I'm not saying it's a perfect religion. I'm not saying that it's not worse as far as freedom in those countries. I'm just saying what I said. If you can't understand what I said, ban yourself. No, she could stay. She could stay. I'm over it. It's just like, just have a conversation. Like, I just don't look, dude, like, I'll say something and then people are like, dude, so you said this? No, I didn't say that. So, but you don't understand this. Why don't I understand? Anomaly doesn't get it. He didn't mention Jesus. Okay, banned. Like, just say what you want to say without lying about what I said. Is it really that hard? I'm not sure I always understand Anomaly, but when I don't, I write messages pretending I do. I'm not trying to be mean. It's just like, I don't, like, I don't know. Sorry, I gotta just, like, this guy just said, I don't have to like them. In fact, I despise all Muslim. I spit in their faces. Like, are you joking? Like, is that really who you are? It's pretty nutty. Like, I don't know. Like, this is the thing where it's like, I don't know what pull it, but like, do you feel good about saying that? Do you think that makes you a good person? Do you think that makes you strong and tough? Like, I don't. These are why I say I have no problem calling out people on the right. Like, just because you agree with some of my politics, it doesn't mean I agree with how you feel and what you say. Like, it's just so goofy where it's like, yeah, someone said it's a troll. It probably was. And someone said Muslims are chill. Like, it's just like, so, like, this is the type of stuff. Same with, I log into Twitter. I'm going to go in a minute or two now. I'm over it. But I log into Twitter and everybody's promoting Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's Green New Deal. I would have never known about it if it wasn't for right-wingers. They're like her PR team. It's pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic. It's like Dumb and Dumber and Dumberer. And I'm like, are you guys purposely like a marketing team for her? No, we're fighting her ideology. Really? Because I saw 1,000 comments about Green New Deal, and I saw maybe like 2 that actually debunked her argument and made sense. Like, they're promoting the crap out of this girl. They're super unlikable to left wingers, and I don't even like them. And I'm not even left wing. And I can't stand most conservatives. They're obnoxious, they're annoying, they're nasty, they have no compelling argument, they're not funny. That's why I like Owen, because Owen's actually funny. The rest of them have no sense of humor. There's a reason that conservatives don't do good in tech. There's a reason that conservatives don't do good in music or entertainment. It's because they suck at it. Like, I mean, yeah, liberals took over and brainwashed people with cultural Marxism, but you don't have to suck at everything. Like, it's like annoying. Dude, all they do is promote her, and they don't do it in a way that actually red pills people. It's like an echo chamber, like, but like, to me, it's like a woman who keeps talking about someone else's dress. Like, are you jealous? Do you not like yourself? Like, it doesn't make sense. And like, I'll post, just to end it, I post on Facebook a post that has nothing to do with her, nothing. All the comments are about her and her Green New Deal. I'm like, are you guys idiots? Are you stupid? Are you purposely promoting her? Like, how foolish are you? I'm not even talking about her, and you can't stop talking about her. It's like Trump derangement syndrome. These people are obsessed with her, and they're like, "No, we're just promoting." Like, no, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. You're promoting her. You're endorsing. I don't even care about her. It's only right wingers who talk about her. Someone said like CNN did to Trump. Exactly. And they still do every day. It's like, people are idiots. That's why I don't even like politics. Like, yeah, I agree with you. Low taxes, like, don't take my money, but like, I'm not a complete moron like you are. And that's why they don't invite me to these events, because I'm actually effective and I'm not a moron. They're like, well, if Anomaly just talked like we did, then we'd let them speak. Someone said, what did Mandy lie about? She said, you don't understand, Anomaly. She's assuming that I don't understand something that I almost definitely do understand. And she still has made no valid reason why I don't understand it. And then when she explains it, she's going to say something that I already know and have probably said 50 times in my other live streams. No, Anomaly, you don't get it because here's something you've already said to people that I just never heard before. Like, you can say whatever you want to say, but don't say I don't understand when I almost definitely do understand. And probably whatever you're going to say, I've probably said already. Like, I'm not foreign. And maybe this is the first time you've watched or something, but like, it's annoying. Don't say I don't understand. I can't stand that. I do understand. Probably whatever you said, I've already said 50 times. So rephrase what you're saying. Say, Anomaly, what do you think about this? But Anomaly, what about this? Not, you're never on my level. You don't understand. Huh, you're not the truth. Like, shut up. Go away. Click X. Get out of the live stream. No, like, you don't need to be here. Get it? Someone said, well, people thought Obama was harmless. Oh, I didn't say that it's harm. Like, this is so annoying. I'm about to cancel the live stream, but like, do you get what I'm saying? You guys are like leapfrogging the things. Well, I didn't say Islam was harmless. I never said that. Well, dude, it's like when Obama, like, I didn't say it was harmless. I didn't say that. You guys can't just. Someone said Islam is far more conservative than weak. It is very conservative with its women and with its rights, but it's just like dude, well, come on, man. Like, but like one time, like, people really liked Hillary. That has nothing to do with what I said about Islam. Like, you guys can't just stick to the point. Like, say what you need to say without lying or assuming that I don't know what I've already said 50 million times. People straw manning and changing the goalpost. Exactly. Well, Anomaly, it's really hurting people in Pakistan and in Iran and in Saudi Arabia. I know. I've talked about it 10 million times and I've referenced it so much. Dr. O said, this is too low IQ to me. Dr. O, first of all, the stream's about to end in a minute. You guys have already ruined it, but like, go away, bro. Like, just leave. I don't like you're probably have like a 70 IQ or something. anybody who talks about IQ probably doesn't have an high IQ. It's like a badge of people who aren't as intelligent as they pretend to be. They're like, dude, I have a 140 IQ. Like, dude, anybody that has a 140 IQ doesn't say they have a 140 IQ. You would just know by how intelligent they are. You don't have to say how smart you are. Like Albert Einstein didn't walk around, hey guys, he just did things that no one else could do. And they're like, oh, that guy's smarter than me. You don't have to, oh, dude, look, I'm part of Mensa. Look, it's right there on the wall. Like, I'm really so much smart. Okay, then make a smart argument. Duh. It's retarded. Sorry, no disrespect. When's your new rap you're going to be released? I'm not sure because I'm trying to shoot a little music video for it. It's produced by, let me see. Hold on, I'm going to look it up real quick. It's just too low IQ. All the really high IQ people can leave. Trust me, I know you probably can't stand to hear all this low IQ nonsense, so just go away. Let's see. Scoop takes name. Just looking real quick. Sorry, guys. I know. Someone said, do you worship the devil? Absolutely not. No. What kind of question is that? Holly said, many Muslims are awesome people. It's imams that manipulate the people who are dangerous. A lot of Arabs are also secular, not even Muslim. I say these things. Listen, I say the things I say because a lot of people just think all Muslims bad. If all billion people were extremely violent, you'd know about it immediately. It's not true. Many people, the culture, yes, it's not always great, but at the same time, a place like Syria was one of the most secular places in the Middle East. Like literally Christians got protected in Syria, and the US government and others started funding operations, Obama and Hillary, and all of a sudden Christians get slaughtered. Like when you don't pay attention to who the good ones are and who aren't the good ones, that's when Christians get slaughtered. And that's like the metaphor I'm trying to use. I'm trying to save Christians here. And they're like, no, they're all bad. It's like, that's how you get slaughtered. That's how you get played by Saudi Arabia and Israel and America and all the bad actors, who manipulate these wars. That's how you get lied to when you're a Christian who says all Muslims bad. And then you just follow, you follow Saudi Arabia and Obama into a war. Like, there's places that are good. There's places that aren't so great. There's understandable not wanting that culture to seep into here. I agree with that 1,000%. But if you just label everyone bad, you're like an idiot who is literally just digging your own grave. It's like, bad, start war, bad, good, bad. It's like, no, that's how you invade Syria and Libya and you get slavery and the murder of Christians. Christians got slaughtered in Syria because people were like, yeah, war, for sure. Yeah, they're all bad there. Like, you don't even know. You couldn't even point out Syria on a map. Are you going to interview me, whistleblower Tarif Simon? Brother, how you doing, my man? I appreciate you. Let me know what's new on your quest. I know I know H.A. Goodman interviewed you. We'll see what we could do, brother. Reach out to me again. I'm not even gonna answer these questions. I've said enough. Like, you can believe what you want, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying what I'm saying too is I get the percentages and stuff, but I know personally. I know Muslims who are conservative and actually want to fight for America and freedom and appreciate everything that they have in America that they never had in Pakistan. And the way that you people, not all of you, but some of you, treat them is pathetic, ignorant, stupid, naive, foolish, and honestly disgusting. I know Muslims they're not covering for, if they were covering for Americans, that would be leftist Muslims who just wrote for Huffington Post or something. I know conservative Muslims who like Imam Tawhidi. I know them personally. I've gone to dinner with them. They like America. They like conservatism. They hate socialism. They hate communism. They're willing to call out radical Islam. They're willing to try to move their people in the right direction. And look how you disgusting losers treat them. What benefit do you think it has for them to fight the liberal establishment, to fight their own religion, essentially? Dude, they're putting their lives on the line. It's way more risky for them to do it than for you losers in the comment section who know nothing. They put their lives on the line to try to stand up for America and fight the inner evils in their religion. And you're like, dude, they're Takia. They must be lying. There's no benefit to risking your life to fighting liberals and Muslims. There's no benefit. What kind of stupid Takia would that be? Like, people are like, Alex Jones is controlled opposition. You think Alex Jones did all this research to help Trump get elected, did all this stuff just to be opposition research? Like, it's just idiotic. That's not what opposition, they don't do that type of stuff. Someone said we are losers. If you don't understand, it annoys me because I don't like bullies. The reason I stand up against leftists is I don't like bullies. I don't like liars. I don't like nasty people. And I feel that middle America and working class America and white America and a lot of America, strong America, is being bullied. So why would I want to let a bunch of people bully good people just because they're a different religion or a different skin tone? I stand up for everybody. You said you shouldn't group all Muslims, and yet you grouped all Christians based on a chat. When did I group all Christians based on a chat? Like, do you not get the difference if I say Christians, or like, do you think I'm talking about every single person? I've only said 20 times this chat. I've said I have a bunch of Christian friends and they're all different. I said there's a difference between Westboro Baptist Church and how other Christians perceive. I said that 5 times. That's literally the epitome of me saying all Christians are not the same. I said it 5 times. What part did you not hear about that? Oh, no, you said all Christians. I said the opposite 5 different times, bro. What are you listening to? Go away. So dummies don't know how to fight the ideology instead of the person. It's very simple. Captain Q, Christians are weak. So I was reading a super chat. Someone commented that. I'm not saying that. I'm literally reading what someone else is saying. And no, not all. I mean, there's a lot of Christians who speak up against stuff, but I'm just saying some. If I need to, like, after I just said 50 million times, I just assume, maybe I'm wrong, I assume that conservatives and Christians are strong. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I always forget when I talk about conservatives, like, dude, don't group us all together. I was like, the reason I go a little harder on conservatives and Christians sometimes is because I know you guys aren't total pussies and you're not weak snowflakes. But I forget every time I do that, I have to word it specifically because it's not true. You guys are very, like, I'm like, dude, conservative, not all, if it doesn't apply to you, it doesn't apply to you. I mean, it's ridiculous. Alan said, consider you are wrong about Muslims. Consider you're wrong about Muslims, Alan. I consider everything. I'm just telling you. It's not true. This is another thing that annoys me. It's all good because it's actually slightly entertaining, but it's not all trolls. Like, it's not just leftists. There's a lot of obnoxious, annoying people on the right, and there's also a lot of people who feel certain ways and aren't obnoxious, but it's not like, these are real people. Some of them might be trolls, but most of them, they really feel this way. Trust me. I know people in person that feel this way. These aren't like George Soros trolls, and I'm not saying he doesn't pay people. He does, but these are real people. All right. Anyone got something good to say? I'm just and in general, am I real? I have no idea. No idea who you are. I mean, religion is a sensitive subject. I know this. That's why normally I don't like to talk about it, but on these YouTube streams, it's kind of open flow. So we get into it. It's all good. Unnamed source, music taste. I'm gonna roll out in a second, so I won't get into that. We'll do it another night because the music thing was fun. JS, no, I haven't. I've said enough. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot of here. I guess there's a lot of stuff that I can't get into right now. But Sean said, I read the Quran. It says kill all non-Muslims. Listen, Sean, I'm gonna read the whole text soon. But what I'm saying is, there's a lot of, and I'm not saying the two religions are the same. But listen to this simple logic. If you don't understand this, there are parts in the Bible, like the Westboro Baptist Church and people of that extremity, they follow everything word for word. The Westboro Baptist Church and people who follow everything word for word, or try to, it's a small fringe. There's millions of gay Christians who don't follow the Bible barely at all, and they call themselves Christians. If you don't understand that happens in Islam, I'm not saying it's not a huge problem. And I have Muslims on my channel that will tell you that there are hundreds of millions of Muslims who follow an extreme ideology. I'm not saying, but there's also tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions, who don't. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that it doesn't say that. I'm not saying that there aren't people who do that. I'm saying that they don't all follow it. Just like every Christian that says they're Christian doesn't follow the whole Bible. Is it really that hard to understand for you, bro? Is it really that difficult for people to get what I'm saying? You can lie to yourself, but what I'm saying is true. I'm sure it says that. I'm sure that hundreds of millions follow that exact text, and it's totally something that people should keep in mind. I'm not denying that for a second, but not every person follows that text word for words, and it's just true. I'm sorry. If you don't believe that, you can lie to yourself on your own time. It's just like there's millions of Christians and tens of millions of Christians who don't follow the Bible. They don't follow a lot of it. They literally made their own little gay interpretation of it and go and have fun with their friends, all jokes aside. And trust me, there's social revolutions going on in Iran. There's social revolutions going on in Pakistan. There's social revolutions going on in Saudi Arabia. So the smartest thing you could do and the wisest thing you could do is support Muslims like Imam Tawhidi and my friend Waqas, who I have on my channel. That's the smartest thing you could do. The most foolish, stupid thing you could do is just keep blabbing like you're blabbing and rejecting the people who are trying to fight the extreme ideology from within. That's what a fool would do. So if you're a fool, then be a fool, but do it on your own time, because I'm not foreign to the problems of the religion. But if you don't understand that there are it's not like there's a lot of people that are rebelling against that, but it's not easy to do. Imam Tawhidi has had many death threats, and he's red pilling many Muslims, and so are many others. And I'll read the text for myself. But once again, another unpopular truth that you don't want to say. I don't even know. There's also many wise things in there. Like you could go on the most extreme parts, and I'm not saying it's not true. I'm not saying that tens of millions don't follow that ideology. But there's also a lot of wisdom, from fasting to, even like someone said, to be honest, they're more conservative with their women. Not to be mean, but if you look at Christian nations now in Europe and America, women are going absolutely insane. Women are running rampant. Women are liberal beyond belief, honestly, to a point of total fault. So I'm all about self-accountability and self-responsibility. I'm down to make America great. I'm down to make Europe great. I'm down to fight the invasion. But if you look at Muslim countries, you can critique it all day. I'm not saying it's good, but women are actually conservative there. You look at Christian countries, Christians are losing their own country. Christians are losing their own women. It's just true. I'm just this is what people don't want to hear, but I love Christian nations. I love Christianity. You're losing your own countries. And in Muslim countries, they actually control their own women. Just being honest. I get it. I'm not saying, someone said Islam will kill their wives. I'm not justifying Islam. I'm just saying, if you want to talk about all the negatives of it, which you're allowed to do, why don't you self-reflect on what your own country's doing, what your own religion's doing, and what your own people are doing? Because you're taking L's. Muslims are populating at a rate of 6-1. So all the terrible things that you talk about are going to expand throughout the globe. And in Christian countries, they're aborting 9-month-old babies. They probably would never do that. Even in Muslim countries, they wouldn't do that. And they're doing it here because liberals are psycho. And I know that's not Christians' fault, but to be honest, there's a lot of pseudo-Christians, Democrats, that are pretty psycho. So someone says, sorry, bro, but that was brainwashed talk. No hate, genuinely. Bro, if you don't understand the simple concepts I'm saying and just like making you think, just you can go, bro. I don't like at this point, I don't even want you here, to be honest. I'm not justifying the religion. I'm not saying it's great. Personally, I much prefer Christianity. I'm just saying you spend way too much energy focusing on that, but you're not doing anything about it. You're not being productive. You're not being helpful. So Muslims are growing. Some Muslims, a small amount, are trying to help fight it. And I'm promoting them and being like, dude, these people are trying to fight that ideology. And you're like, dude, no, they're all bad. I'm losing. We're aborting babies. You're an idiot. You're losing. Take losses. Take big losses. I'm sorry you can't handle the truth. If you want to lose, you could lose. If you want to lie, you could lie. I'm not doing either. And I'm just saying, I don't just look at only the negative aspects. I'm sorry. If you want to go to a negative channel that lies to you, that there's nothing I'm saying it's literally all visible fact that you could see with your own eyes. Someone said that the average Saudi wife has 6 wives and 20 plus kids. Do the math. Do the math of how many kids they're having, and do the math of how many kids Americans are having and Christian nations are having, and you could do the math. I'm sorry that people don't like math and science now. I'm not saying this to promote it. I'm saying this as a warning. Like you're not winning. Someone said truly Christian nations are protected by God. I believe so. I'm not disproving that. Someone said it's the clergy plan, brother. I've seen the documentary, bro. I'm not, this is where people are getting me wrong. I'm not promoting it. I'm just saying it. Like there's things going on. Someone said they have no redeeming qualities. That's not true. I'm sorry. It's just not true. There's things that they do that aren't bad. Not everything, obviously, but you could look in the book, and I'll do it for myself. There's wisdom in there. They're just like in the Bible. It's just way more extreme, way more violent, way more negative. Absolutely. I'm not comparing them, but if you think it's 100% terrible, you're wrong. I'm sorry. You're lying to yourself. It's like when people are like, dude, there's nothing Farrakhan has ever said in his life. It's all terrible. No, that's a lie. It's a provable lie because he says a lot of the same things that Trump says. Literally. He says to vet refugees. He talks about how the media is dishonest. He talks about how the intelligence communities are hurting America. He talks about the Libyan war and the Syria war, just like Trump. So you're lying to yourself if you say Farrakhan has never told the truth. Like that's an extremist ideology in your own of being like, it's 100% bad. There's nothing there. It's a lie. I'm sorry. It's just a lie. Are you a spiritual agnostic? No, I'm not agnostic. I believe in God. I'm just being honest. I'm sorry that like people don't want to, I get it. Like people don't want to admit the truth. It's fine. No, I'm not going to block him. I'm just, I don't know, man. Like I'm just trying to throw you guys a lob, and this is what people do a lot of times. They just don't want it, but that's why. The question is, are we winning? I always believe in God and I believe in winning, but here's the thing. I also believe, I'm going to leave soon, but I believe that God gives us the tools to win, all of us. If you believe, he gives you the tools to win. He doesn't do it for you all the time. Like certain things, yes, but like you have to use those tools. If you neglect the tools of God that he gives you, you might lose, not because God, like you might lose because you're not harnessing that energy. And that's what I'm trying to say to people. Like if I give you a lob and I'm trying to show you things that'll actually help exactly what you're talking about, the exact agenda that you have and the exact feelings you have about Islam, if I'm lobbing you all of these helpful things that can help 10,000 times more than anything you've ever said or done, like, you're not going to change the world of Islam in a chat with Anomaly with 500 people, but other people can. And I have the power now socially to shift minds. And I'm telling you this, and I'm lobbing you things, and I'm giving you things that can literally change millions of people. And you're like, no, there's nothing good there. No way. Huh. Like, you're not helping. You're neglecting certain things, and that's not wise, and that's not godly. I'm sorry. It's not helpful. It's just foolish. All right. I'm going to leave soon because people are just being annoying. Daniel Carney said, how does Muslim migration help us? Like, that's like a loaded question. Like, why not say, does it help? Like, how does it help us? Are you suggesting I said it? Are you, like, I don't get, like, it's just a weird way I've been very critical of migration from certain countries. Like when Trump did the ban, it's a wise decision. There's a lot of chaos in a lot of those regions, and we don't know who's who. So I don't agree with a lot of that. I'm all for being wise in who enters the country. I'm not against that. I've said that a million times. Trump is wise. Farrakhan said he's wise. We know this. So when you phrase it like that, it's like, phrase it in a way that makes sense instead of suggesting or asking a loaded question. Tucker, you're banned, brother. Nice seeing you. I need to figure out how to like permanently. This is the type of stuff where it's like, we have all the favor, we have all the energy, we have all the momentum, and I'm lobbing people up for a slam dunk. Like literally, I'm doing so much work, breaking my back for stuff that you could never do on your own, lobbing it up, and people just throw it out of bounds. So, no, this wizardry here, it's God forbid. No, it's truth that you don't want to face or acknowledge or consider. I'm like, this is so annoying. Like it's like you guys are like repellent to the truth where you're like, dude, no, I didn't. You're making all these like side arguments, which is fine, that I never said. Like, all right, I'll talk about this. Robert said, Farrakhan calls for a black nation. If you, I should pull up his video. If you listen to what Farrakhan says, it's very wise. He's spoken to Mike Wallace or whatever his name is, and Mike Wallace said, you're pro-segregation, and Farrakhan says, he says it like this, and listen to what I'm saying. If you can't interpret the truth and you want to call it wizardry and you want to lie to yourself and you want to run to the 10 people who agree with you who do nothing, listen. Farrakhan says, have we tried to get along? Have we? He asks, and he says, if we have, then, and it doesn't work, then yes, we should segregate. But he says, if we haven't, then we should try successfully. So I agree 1,000%. Farrakhan's not specifically pro-segregation, but he says two things. He says, have we tried? If we haven't, the first thing we should do is actually try. And he's right. We haven't tried. We have liberals lying. We have the media lying. We have foreign influence lying. We're not coexisting properly because everyone's lying. I prefer someone like Farrakhan who's like, bang, bang, bang. Let's do it. If not, I'm out. Makes more sense to me. He's not saying, oh, we need to make a black nation for sure. But he's like, dude, I've been around for 50 years and you guys keep fucking everything up. I'm out. That makes much more sense to me than anything that other people say. They force everything together and are like, why is it not working? Because they're not honest about it. Be like, we'll get together, but then it's like here. Like, people are allergic to the truth. I don't mind Farrakhan. I don't mind him at all. Someone said, "Are we really talking about Wakanda right now?" That's funny. Thank you for making me laugh. Memphis Bear said, "Is he implying that we have and said it didn't work?" I mean, we have and it hasn't worked. And I'm not saying I'm for it, but like, dude, since the civil rights movement, the black family has gotten crushed by the government and by liberals and by the media. I would be upset if I was Farrakhan too. Malcolm X got murdered. Gaddafi got murdered. There's slavery, and like we have whoever is involved, the neocons and the evil Democrats, they've ruined everything. I'm pretty much in the same boat where it's like I'm not trying to segregate racially, but I would love to segregate ideologically. I want to get the hell away from these people. Like they're ruining everything. They got their hands in every pot and they're ruining everything. And Farrakhan's like, leave us alone. Makes sense to me. I don't think he's just like I would hate these people too if they fucked up for 80 years and I'm alive. Like I'm a 86-year-old black dude. I'd be pissed too. Yeah, MLK too, for sure. Matt, 1,000%. Like I'm always fair and I always mention everything. It's just like all right. All right, I'm gonna take off. Thank you guys. Sorry I got a little salty at the end, but it's like just listen to what I say. And I get it. A lot of people don't want to face the truth, but there's millions. There's other places you can go. You could listen to other podcasts. You can go back to your echo chamber of people who just say what you want them to say. That's fine. Like this is not what my channel is. Maybe you thought it was, or you're mad, or you can't handle it, but it'll happen here a lot. So get used to it. God bless you. God bless your family. God bless America and God bless the world. I appreciate you guys. Hopefully that was fun. Sometimes a little conflict isn't more entertaining than silence. Take care, guys.